What's up, everybody? Welcome to Underground Crypto. Thank you for being here tonight. We're here with another deep dive. We're talking about crypto fees versus inflation. What's the difference and why revenue isn't always real? What is real revenue? How does this matter? How does this impact what coins get bigger market caps and which ones have the price go up? That's what we're going to be talking about tonight, raising that crypto IQ. Smash that like button for you. I'll be with you shortly. What's up again, everybody? Welcome in. Thank you, Melissa, for the super chat before my face is even on the screen. Very kind of you. I appreciate that greatly. That is one super chat to our goal of 5 super chats tonight. Can we reach it? It's been a little while since we have, and I appreciate everything that you guys send in. Bankroll says, what's up, fam? Thank you, Bankroll, for being here. Who else do we have here with us tonight? Drizzy TV, what's up, man? Thanks for being here. Funky Ferret, yep. Thank you, everybody, and hopefully more people are going to roll in shortly. And trading like Nancy P today. Is that so? All right, let's get this show started here. And let's hop over to our crypto bubbles. I am in a trade. I'll be somewhat monitoring that. I've been doing really well. As a lot of you know, I have been doing really well. I gave some money back. It was about $1,000. Did it twice. And I'm still up over $1,300. I was up $1,300 after I lost that $1,000, and I've added $340 something back into my account. So I've almost got half of that money back, just chipping away. I've been posting in the wins category in the Discord. It's exactly cooking. Said I'm trading like Nancy P today. Hey, good for you, man. I'm glad to hear that. Just kind of check in here. We're just popping back into the green. Don't worry, we won't let it consume the entire show. Just got to check on it a little bit. I'm looking for the move down to pretty much $12 even for River. And it's hard for me to quit trading River because you get kind of in a groove, and I feel like I kind of know the coin really well. And honestly, all the other coins are doing very similar price action. 2 short wins in a long right now. Okay, nice. Only BTC right now, back to the old ways. Yeah, I'd like to go back and trade BTC, but I just don't make the money as quick as I do on River. The money comes in way faster, and I'm trading my model both directions. Right now I'm leaning more short because nothing else is really playing off, and there's not a lot of liquidity. If I show here, you know, we have this strong liquidity down here at 12 on the dot, 185,000. But some of this stuff up here, we could reach for that. We could. But then once you get above that, there's not a whole lot else to go. You have these huge gaps in liquidity, which can be hard for them to cross. Anyways, I digress. Let's do the show. So we have Stable down 12.8%, Lighter down 7.9%, and Soul down 6.4%. And then, of course, Stacks is up 7.5%. WLFI, World Liberty Finance, up 4%. So I'm not seeing huge things. Gold, these 2 gold assets are up 4%. Let's drop down another 100. Is there anything significant? Everything's pretty much red on the day. River's down 29.7%. That's why I've been shorting it, because it's been drawdown, and more drawdown. ZK down 12.6%. Everything taking a little bit of a hit, basically removing the bounce that we got yesterday. So a few things were bouncing yesterday. Now when you get to the 2 to 300s, we see a little bit more green, right? So this AI rig complex has up 48%, and Burb, which we've been talking about Burb quite a bit. Look at Cryptic Quinton. I always want to call him Crypto Quinton, but it's Cryptic Quinton. Says, Ayo, what's up, guys? Thanks for being here. Camsta rolling in. My people. I love when everybody starts rolling in. Oh, is the mic messing up for anybody else here? Let me do a mic check. Yeah, it is messing up. Hold on a second. All right, I reconnected the mic. Can you tell me if it keeps doing it? Like, tell me if it does it again. Just put like it's doing it again. I might have to reset my mic, which is fine. I don't have to like reset the computer or anything like that. Man, it is just straddling this line here. I need some follow through. It's looking like it wants to go up a little bit, but the 200 is just getting dragged down. Very interesting. Almost feel like maybe I should close this thing when I just get a small amount of money. I was hoping for a bigger move there. All right. Well, those are the crypto bubbles. Alchemy as well. It's still messing up. Okay, here. I'm going to reset it. It'll take 2 seconds. I'm not going anywhere. The camera should be fine, but the camera might freeze. It does freeze sometimes. All right, so the camera's unfrozen. How you like me now? Is it working now? We can go on with the show. Always some technical difficulties here and there. That's just how it goes. All right, can we get a little bit of a move down? That would be nice. All right, so let's do our price rundown. Let me refresh this so you guys have the latest prices. I just don't like where I have this microphone. All right. There we go. Nice, GG. Oh, another super chat rolling in. What's up, Blues Guy? Welcome to being here. I am in a trade, Blues Guy. Blessings and gratitude, Underground. My man, Melissa, my queen. Hey, I appreciate you sending in that super chat. Fixed volume range tool for the win. If you don't know, now you know. There you go. Green Fingers has been showing me volume range. It's awesome. Blues, bro. All right. Welcome in, everybody. And so Bitcoin at 76,593, still trending down. A lot of people thought the bounce was in and the downtrend was over. That doesn't seem to be so. Ethereum, $2,275. BNB $760, XRP $1.59, still down 16.5%. Dude, I've been meaning to tell you the APY on crypto.com is amazing for Flare, bro. Nice. Made some cheddar off XRP short. Should have told me. I know, I probably should have. I got in here, I was setting up the stream, and I just took a couple of shorts real quick. I definitely should have hit you up. My bad. But next time. And we're in a trade right now. I'm kind of short on River. It's not amazing. I'm in it for barely anything. I'm actually in the trade like $68, even though my margin's $468, because I have $400 just to back up my trade a little bit, right? Close some things that open when I reconnected my mic. All right, let's continue. Dogecoin getting beat up, 10 cents. Not loving that. Cardano, 29 cents. Hyperliquid, $33 and 43 cents. Monero, $385, still down 18%. Canton Network, 17 cents, up 15%. So even though it pulled back, it's still green. It's one of the few things in the top, 100 that are green or up any consideration. There's a few things. Hyperliquid was up 7%. XLM, 17 cents. Zcash, 279, down 30%. SWI, $1.13, down 21%. Looks like everything is on sale. See if Flare is still in the top 100, and it is still in the top 100. Nice. I like to see that for Flare. And let's move to what is trending. Let me check on that trade again. Getting the slightest move down. I'm up like $4. Nothing exciting. Haven't been up a whole lot in this trade. I just took one for $63. I posted it in the wins. And again, I'm up like $340 something since I took that $1,000 loss. So I'm up like $1,600 overall. So just even though you take a heavy loss sometimes, it doesn't really mean that you're down and out. Let's take a look at what's trending, see if there's anything we have never heard of before. Have you ever heard of Bitcoin? No, I'm just playing. Bitcoin, Solana, Pudgy Penguin, Zama is one that I am interested to see how it does and see if that might be worth trading. 193 million in volume in the last 24 hours. So that's on my radar for sure. Then we have this Traya. I don't know what Traya is. That just kind of came out of absolutely nowhere. Got Ethereum, of course, River, Aave, Lighter, Hyperliquid, SWI, SPX 6900. That has been out for a long time if you're not familiar with it. Zcash, Jupiter. Shout out to the video I did on Jupiter. Hopefully you've seen it. And Near Protocol. Also, there's a price prediction on Jupiter that I give at the end. And I didn't like bore everybody with walking through some kind of long mathematical prediction. I just gave you my ranges for a bear case, a bull case, and kind of a middle of the line case there. And hopefully people enjoy that, find it interesting. So let's look at this Tria. I don't know what Tria is. Is it AI? Decentralized finance, neobank. Okay, that's interesting. How's the trade doing? Pretty flat. It's consolidating. It's going to pop in one direction or the other, that's for sure. When it kind of coils up like that, it usually moves pretty explosively one direction. Chris Goes in the house, or Goss, I believe it is. Thank you for being here. 333 for the lifers, givers gain. Long from 75 940x. Okay, I hope that works out for you. 77 got my eyes on that range with support. Turned resistance. An SR flip, he says. They're going to make it where you can trade diamonds soon. That's interesting. I don't hear about that much. I hear BTC can reach 1 million tomorrow. Or BYC, he says. Yeah, he meant BTC. Bro Blues did as well. For real, bro. It can. There you go. Let's go. If gold can do it. If gold can do this. For real is what FRFR means. It shows us the people have money. We just need it to go into BTC. Yeah, exactly. Shout out to everybody who smashed the like button. Shout out to everybody who subscribed, and shout out to everybody who knows that we have a free Discord. There is a link in the chat. All right, so this is an Ethereum, exclusive, because I don't see any other contracts here. Let's go look at their Twitter. Obviously, token generation event has been recent. Let's go do that real quick. Max chart says today. Yep, that's what I figured. Came out at around a penny and a half, been as high as almost 2 pennies, barely, 0.019 is almost 2 cents. So, and then it's kind of been up and down in a little range here. Nothing real exciting, nothing overly volatile. Let's go look at their Twitter. Self-custodial neobank unifying spend, trade, and earn lowest fees across 150 plus countries, supercharged by Best Path, whatever that is, some company. 5.5 thousand members, 120,000 followers. January 29th pinned post with 334,000 impressions. Did they pay for those? I don't know. You always wonder because you can promote it, and I don't think it says like promoted. It'll say promoted if it's like your own post. Like here, I'll go to my own profile here. And I'm not ashamed to say I promote things here and there, very rarely, but I promoted that Jupiter video and it got 45,000 impressions. You should see some of the comments on it. It's pretty funny. Of course, the bots and the haters come out the woodwork. It was only 5 comments, you know what I mean? At least obviously written with ChatGPT. Please, for the love of everything holy, write these things yourself instead of getting a clanker to do it. Guys, I didn't use ChatGPT to write that video. I literally go to Jupiter's, the website, the Dex, and I just go through it and talk about it. How would it script me to do that? It wouldn't know what I was going to click on and what order I was going to click on them. ChatGPT is not really good at knowing a complete layout of the website and all that stuff. Too funny. That's how you know they didn't. And of course I responded to him, It was not written by ChatGPT. Tell me you didn't watch the video without telling me you didn't watch the video. He didn't watch the video. It's pretty funny if you ask me. Anyways, the haters gonna hate. Who cares? Don't bother me none. But what I wanted to show is that when I promote my own video, it says promote to me, but it doesn't necessarily say promote on other people's videos if they promote it. I don't think. Could be wrong on that. All right, everybody talking about BTC, huh? That's what everybody wants to know. So, your life is global. Your bank should be too. This is, moving money and going places around the world and having your money is going to be pretty easy to do 5-10 years from now, right? Make crypto your everyday money. And the other thing is kind of like, well, what about how, like, right now, if somebody tries to use your bank and they are outside of where you live and where you normally bank, it flags it. Will it still do that, or will it let those scammers use your bank in weird places? Like, you live in America or Canada and all of a sudden your bank's being used in like Pakistan. Are they going to let that go through? That's what I want to know. We're starting to get some follow through on this short here. I do heavily believe we're going to 12, pretty much 12 on the dot. Looks like it's just starting to fall. Really need it to break this bottom wick and not double top, right? Or double bottom, sorry. Why am I saying double top? Double bottom. That's what we need. And I'll add another, $40, maybe $50. I have $68 in the actual trade and $400 in margin to keep me from any crazy scam wicks that they might present. And honestly, I've been trading River for a while. Not too many scam wicks. There's been a couple, but not like a lot. Maybe once every other day. There you go. We would be very grateful if all crypto enthusiasts here would please press the like button, subscribe, and join the Discord. Yes, absolutely we would be. And we'd be making money even when we're hanging out here. Still be trying to make some money. Let's see, do I have an alert at the bottom of that candle? Okay, I do have an alert set, so if I'm not paying attention and it comes down, hits what I want. It's looking like it wants to do it. It just broke that wick with some violence. Let's see, how far are we away from target? Not very far away from target, but I highly doubt it's going to go right down and hit the target. It could, but he usually likes to play some games. Break the last wick up, print like 2 very mediocre blue candles before continuing to dump. That's kind of the MO here. And I would love to add another $20 to the day, but I have some confidence that we're going to that target. Let's refresh our heat map. Shout out to Bankroll for turning me on to this heat map. That's part of my strategy. Now, the one kind of crazy part is I don't have the actual exchange I'm on heat map. So, but it does say, if you go down, it says let's go down. Future info, BitGet, Mexi, and Binance Future. So I know this is my price source here, so that's probably where things are going to move between the liquidity on those exchanges. Come on, go back up. What did I say? Break the wick, print some mediocre blue candles before continuing to dump. That seems to be what's going to go on. 2410 value areas, I think I see 12.63 VAL. Okay. And value area low, I believe you were saying, or is it value or volume? I believe you were saying it was value. POC at 15.3. Yeah. And there's not a whole lot of liquidity under us. So when it sweeps this liquidity, that might be most of the liquidity for a minute. It might be time to take a long at that point. We will see. We will see. But we were talking about this TRIA. It's just a, online bank, neobank. Be your own banker. Be in charge of your own money. This is what decentralized finance has to offer you, right? So we're not going to spend a ton of time on that. And I do have an alert in case that thing goes where I want it to go. Now let's look at the Fear and Greed Index. Fear and Greed Index at 14. I think it was at 14 yesterday, right? Here, let's open this. What were we yesterday? Pretty sure it was it was 17 yesterday, I think. Still waiting for it to load. Sometimes crypto rank is just really slow. I'm not even sure why it's so slow, but it is. Yeah, we were at 17 yesterday, 7 days ago, 29, and a month ago, we were at 26. Hit this coffee. Let's get back to where we were. And you know that before we do what is trending on crypto rank, I got to tell you guys a story. I got to get your crypto bedtime story in, even if it's early. You don't need to go to sleep yet. Just want to get that crypto bedtime story in to raise your crypto IQ on the daily. I love that it's moved this thing to somewhere where I wasn't at. This is a short story about fake revenue. Still up on the trade a little bit. Look, what'd I say? 2 blue candles. It could be 3. Blues guy says his computer shut off. He'll be back ASAP. Okay, cool. Probably going to retest that 21 before dumping lower. But look, I said probably 2. It could be 3 blue candles. And then probably a continued dump down. We just broke this other wick over here. You can tell that my computer is being super laggy on weeks. I don't know what that's about. You see that? Not just me. That's crazy. All right, let's move on and read you guys your crypto bedtime story. Even though you're not going to bed yet, we have a lot of show to do, guys. A lot of show to do. All right, so a short story about fake revenue. At first glance, many crypto protocols look profitable. Why am I yelling? I don't know. Dashboard shows revenue. Activity is high. Transactions are flowing. From the outside, feels like something real is happening. So all your indicators, all of your metrics, if you will, look good. A lot of times the metrics they like to tout on their websites. Don't be fooled by that all the time, okay? But when you follow the money, a different story emerges. So we always follow the money. If life has taught you anything, it's follow the money. In many systems, users aren't paying to use the protocol. They're being paid to show up. So they're being given incentive to show up. That is creating the metrics of the users and the numbers, but they're not there because they simply want to be, or they're bullish on the project, or they're real community. They're there because they've been incentivized to be there. Tokens are emitted, rewards are distributed, and activity spikes. Airdrops, rewards are distributed in many ways. The system feels alive, but only as long as the incentives keep flowing. So if you're in something and they have high incentive to be there, and you see that incentive start to dwindle, could be interest in a staking, APY high, and people are there, that is incentive. And then all of a sudden you see it go from like 20% APY to like 8% APY. Well, they just crush the incentive to be there. A few people might stick around, but a lot of people are probably going to pull out. And over a short period of time, the incentive's gone and the project starts to dry up. So this creates an illusion of demand. Inflation can simulate success for a long time. It can attract users, capital, and attention. But inflation doesn't create value, it just moves it around. Eventually, every system reaches a moment where emissions slow. When that happens, behavior changes, users leave, activity drops, and what once looked like revenue reveals itself as subsidy. They were subsidizing real activity through incentive. Protocols that survive make a transition. They move from paying users to charging them. They replace artificial demand with real utility. Fees replace emission. Sustainability replaces growth at any cost. Most systems never make this jump. So this is what the sauce is here, and what we're saying is that when they don't transition to actually like charging you a fee and stuff, the thing most people hate, they're not going to probably live very long if they're just giving everything away. It's one thing I say about Chainers, the game I play. Like, I'm glad that they charge $50 a package to like upgrade your farm and stuff like that, because I need them to make money. They can't endlessly give money away forever and not make money themselves. It just doesn't really make sense. Looks like we got price action move up a little bit. Didn't quite do what I wanted. Understanding this difference changes how you see crypto entirely. You stop asking which protocol is growing fastest. You start asking which one people would pay for even if no rewards existed. This is a great question. If you're looking at a project and you like think you're going to go heavy in investing, not a trade, but maybe like a long-term hold, you got to think, is it something that even if they charge people money to use, people would still use it? That is the difference between momentum and real meaning. All right, I hope you guys enjoy that. I'm going to get us to the next set of our talking points organized for me here. Hop into the trade, see what's going on. I like that we didn't bounce as high as my actual break-even line. It's Camsta's favorite part of the show, the crypto bedtime story. Exactly, we have to read Camsta his bedtime story before he goes. And I got the talking points. They can kind of double down as your bedtime story too. It'll probably be closer to when you actually leave to go put the boys to sleep or go to sleep or whatever you do. Once upon a time in a galaxy far, far away. I should start them with that. That would be hilarious. More people need to think like that, man. There you go. Hey, shout out to everybody for being here. And let's continue our deep dive. Let's see what's on the radar. So first off, you got Bulla. If I have to talk about Space Coin again, I might just space out and stare into the distance for the rest of the show because, man, I'm tired of covering that coin. All right, Bulla, though, I don't really mind so much. It is newer on the radar. It's a meme coin. I'm not in love with meme coins. They've lost their touch. You know what I mean? You ever been around somebody you were dating or something and you felt like they really lost their touch? It just wasn't the same anymore. Well, that's meme coins for me right now. They're just not doing it. They're not doing it for me. They're not getting me excited. All right, Bulla, Space Coin, we're going to skip. Sentient is still cool. Zama. So Sentient and Zama are two that I'm looking at heavily to actually trade. They don't have the 24-hour volume right here, but I already saw it. Zama's was almost 200 million, which is fantastic. Hey Elsa, Moonbirds, yep. Open Claw. Didn't we look at Open Claw? I can't remember. We're going to go over it. Then we have Elon. There, El Chilon. Kindred, Moltbook. Okay, I think Moltbook is what we actually looked at. What's up with all the, like, lobster meme projects? It's very strange. I guess we moved from dogs and cats, huh? People want something different. You got to give to people what they want. That's just how it goes. Somnia, ZK Pass, Infinex, Lena. Fight ID is really cool. ETH Gas, I think, has some bullishness behind it for sure. Monad, shout out to Melissa, and Pax Gold. So let's run this list first. Some things that we've talked about a lot, we're going to touch on. And who is this guy that they have as a mascot for Bulla? Who is that guy? I recognize him. Isn't he like Eastern European, Russian or something like that? And he's like the size of a child, but he's actually a grown man. I can't remember his name. I remember there's a video of like Mike Tyson picking him up and like playing with him like he was like a 2-year-old. Because he didn't know that he was actually like a grown man. Pretty freaking funny. And his name, is Hasbulla Magnomdova. I don't know how to say that. But anyways, Bulla is a meme coin on BNB inspired by this guy in the photo. If you didn't catch on to that yet. They have an X account, of course they do. But they don't have a website, it seems like. It's the AI chat room. It's BS to me. People think these bots are talking to each other. Yeah, most of them are just back in through Telegram, that's all. But they were prompted, in my opinion. They don't just run on their own. Hasbulla is the man. Yeah, I recognize him. And Hasbulla is very Bulla, right? Is that how that goes? He's very Bulla. Let's go trade. You can do it. make the full measured move. And if I wasn't live, I would be moving in and out of this thing a little better, and I'd probably be up another 50, 60 bucks, but that's okay. Show is very important. The most anticipated launch on BNB, official mascot of Bulla. It would be way cooler if this Hasbulla character, whatever, was actually involved in this in some way. Like if they could get him to like do marketing for them or something, that would be pretty cool. So pin post from June 6th, that was a while ago, 2025, and only has 184,000 impressions. The main bull market mascot broke in with no warning. It doesn't do much for me, guys. 4,500 followers. It seems a little lackluster. I don't know why it's trending. This strikes me personally, my personal opinion, warning, personal opinion alert. This strikes me as something that is being inflated and propped up by a bunch of maybe influencers and just people who know how to funnel more people to a project, hype it up, all of that jazz, right? Dang, look at that candle. This thing just wants to pump, doesn't it? Very strange. Let's check out this liquidity real quick. And honestly, this liquidity's been pretty on point. I mean, you have quite a bit of liquidity, 227,000, which right now in this project is a lot. You see a lot of these are like 42K. That one's actually 84K, but like this is, what is it? 84K, okay. But of course there's even 120 right above it, so I predict that it's going to basically $12 flat, if not like 12.3, and I'll hold out to take that win. I guess I could just keep up and down, but I don't want to interrupt the show. Let's keep moving. Of course I hit back one too many times. And then you have Sentient. You know, Sentient is about open source AI, or artificial intelligence, if you will, same thing. Let's see, let's go to the categories here. They tell us what network. So it's a zero gravity ecosystem. That's cool. That's one thing. As many times as we went over it, I didn't look at the categories and I didn't pick up that it's zero gravity ecosystem. I like that. That's cool to see something being built. The price action looks pretty good if you ask me. Looks like it came out the 22nd of January 2026. And it has fallen down quite a bit from this top, which was a tweezer top at 49 on the daily. This is a daily chart. Let's see what the 1 hour has to offer. You made a big head and shoulders, and it's been kind of trending down. It doesn't look super bullish at this very moment. 240 million market cap, 335 million all-time high. Not a great disparity there. We've been over this coin so many times, and I'm not going to go over it tonight. They really just want to collectively advance AI technology and make sure that it's open source, as many things like ChatGPT and Grok are not open source. Bang, 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 baby. Let's go. Come on. Come on. Oh, it's freezing and it's driving me nuts. Come on, dude. Come on. Let me click the flash close. Dude, why is Weeks being so frozen? Your boy sold a great candle. He added another $54 to the day, which means out of my $1,000, which I'm not down $1,000, guys. I actually, oh man, I would have had a little more, but I got to be willing to sell when I get the big follow through. There's no guarantee that it's going to continue over and over. That's what the alert was for. You see how the alert went off? It alerted me. I went there. I immediately sold. I didn't mess around. Those strong wicks can you know, suck back up price action pretty fast, and it can pretty much be over at that point. Now, what do I do from here? You know it. We're going to market, and we're going to market ourselves in here a long. Take that long. There's not much liquidity underneath us. I need to increase my margin, though. To me, that's like the most important thing. And I honestly don't like to log this along this thing, but we just had a ton of drawdown. Maybe we're going much lower, but it doesn't show a whole lot of liquidity here. Blowfin is fast for me. Mexi used to be slow. It's not usually slow. It's something on week's end or something, because usually it's plenty quick. Matter of fact, I might even want to refresh this thing. I don't want to be in a long, very long. Hilarious. Let me refresh it. Even though I did that once before we started the stream. So So you just watch me make like, you know, oh, I only made 46 bucks. Whatever. I'm fine with that. I'll take it. I will put it in the win section. Yeah, it's being incredibly slow. And I added the margin here, so my liquidation is $9.60. And I'm seeing a pullback up to the 21, right? I think you at least get a pullback up to the 21. There's $63 in the trade. Kind of want to just move this over. All right, here we are. Is it going to move up or is it just going to keep going down? I don't know. After such a big move down, you usually get a slight pull up, but in this environment that we're in, I'm not looking for much. $10, $15, back to the 21, something like that. Not looking for a huge amount of money on that at all. Just a little bit to add. I need it to break that line that we just were, that was our target here. I need it to kind of somewhat violently rip up through that. That would be nice. And I've been shorting this thing so much, it's almost a little sketchy to be in the long here, in my opinion. Can it get a little follow through? There we go. $7, $8. Okay, are we just back up to $8? $9. Come on, you could do it. A little follow through would be nice. Yeah, and it's just being really slow. It's kind of crazy. And that might be all it's going to give us. I'd like to see it come back and touch the 21. That would make a lot of sense to me. Kind of a equal and opposite reaction here. But if I got to close it for $4 or $5, that's whatever. And it can happen quickly. Turn my head to drink something, and that could be in the negatives. Money printer go burr. Yep, exactly. So I made $63, $54, and then like 12 and 17 and like 6 or something like that. I don't know. I got to do the math. But overall, I think I'm up over $400 now. On the last 2 days, that is. Are we going to get a little pop? Little pop? Little quick action up to the 21? Or should I go ahead and flash close this? Tell me what you think I should do in the chat. How did you make your millions, UG? I harnessed the power of the river. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You got me all figured out, man. Come on, let's go. All right. It looks like it's kind of losing momentum. Usually what I like to do in this scenario, though, is I like to kind of wait until the 1 minute RSI tops out or starts to turn over. And at that point, I'm usually done with it. And patience pays. You know, I could take that quick $11. That would be nice. That would take my $46 win to more like a $56 win. Showing a want to go up and hang at this one little spot right there at 12.1. Honestly, I think I'm going to close it. But that's, yeah, and it looks like it's rounding a little bit. All right. Can it do it? And of course, if I close it, it's probably going to pop. Here, I'm going to close it because I'd rather have just won $50-something than, and let's go to order history. It's a little weird sometimes. So you see 46 and then it says $9. Oh, because it took the fee out of it, right? There was like a $1 something fee. So with that, I'm up over $50 on that little thing. Just scraped a little extra on it. And I'm going to give it a minute. I generally give a moment before. I used to hop like right back in the trade. That's because we were just so explosive with the price action. Make sure it's on market and not limit because I refreshed it. And it's probably going to go up. I don't want to get into anything right here. I want to take a moment. I want to let it kind of accumulate. It'll mostly go kind of sideways for a minute. It'll start building liquidity in other positions. And then I just kind of wait for a hot spot, like how big, how dark or bright this color was. You can change at the top the colors. I like these blues. They're more calming to me. But I wait for something like this to pop up, maybe up here, maybe lower, and then maybe I'll take a shot in another direction. Looks like that sell right there was perfect, and it might hold this, trend line. All right, let's move on with the show. That's just how we do it here. If it keeps going up, hold it. Yeah, good to lock in the pairs you have an edge on. And let me turn the alert off because I don't want to listen to that stupid thing go off constantly. Once I'm out of a trade, I'm usually getting rid of almost all of my alerts. Sometimes I'll forget one that's like way higher and then it'll go off randomly and I'm like, yo, what the heck is that alert? All right, so we talked about Sentient. It's up 27.3%. We made like over $50 live on the trade already. I'm up to over 400. I almost have half of that 1,000 back. Can never get too down and out. Now I'm up like 1650 or something overall since I started trading, this style. And let's see. The whole account is back up over $3,000. A lot of it is over in my spot bag. All right, cool. So let's talk about Zama. Now, Zama's really interesting to me just because it raised a lot of money, I felt like it had a lot of money before it launched. And, not all of that was in the market cap. So 64.4 million in the market cap. Looks like it had this big drawdown. I don't know overall if this coin's going to be bullish. I really don't know. Looks like it's having a bit of a pump up right now. So the 2nd of February 2026, right? That was literally yesterday. Yeah, that was yesterday. And what time frame do they have us on? The 1 hour? So the 1 hour looks like it's getting pumped up. I don't have my stochastics and everything here. What's funny is look how big that volume wick was, and then it did like 2 tiny little green candles and continued to fall down. This is why I don't use, I'll have the volume on a lot of times, but I'm not big on the volume indicator there because it can get large volume and it just results in a very small buy up for a moment, then the volume's gone and it just continues in the trajectory that it was already in. So again, it's been as high as 88 million, but it's right now at 64. It's not a big disparity. It's a brand new coin. It came out yesterday. Zama is a cryptography company dedicated to developing open source homomorphic encryption tools for developers. Let's go take a look at their Twitter. And let's see, did we do good? Yeah, I did go a little bit higher there, but that's okay. Zama is an open source cryptography company building state-of-the-art fully homomorphic encryption FHE solutions for blockchain. So we do keep seeing this fully homomorphic encryption. There was another one that's called like Mind something. I think it might just be called Mind. It's M-I-N-D, right? Not mine like a coal mine. Anyways, it's also fully homomorphic encryption. And one thing I pay attention to is the language, right? I pay attention to what language I start seeing people use. Like I remember when I started seeing people talking about zero knowledge, right? Proofs, zero knowledge rollups, all this different stuff. And I hadn't really seen many people talk about it. And then it was 1 project, then it was 5 projects. Now it's like 35 projects, 40, 50 projects. They use that language somewhere, even if they're not completely centered around it, they use that language somewhere because it's an advancement in crypto technology. Is this going to be a big advancement in crypto technology that we're starting to see? We just kind of got to make sure we can wrap our heads around what the heck it actually is. What is fully homomorphic encryption? I'm not 100% sure. I have a vague idea, but I wouldn't call myself an expert on it, right? So 292.8 thousand followers. It's pretty good. 266,000 on the pin post from February 2nd. Love that. They're just saying that it's going live. This is a pretty typical post. I do like that they have a good promotional video and not just like an AI generated picture. That's kind of weak sauce. You only get to token generate event 1 time. Hopefully, unless you're like changing contracts and stuff like that or going to a volume 2, that's a different story. But most projects don't do that. And so I think it's important to nail it. And having a good produced video like this, I think, is nailing it more than just like a cheap AI image or something like that you drummed up. All right, so let's go back and let's grab their website. Computer rolling a little bit slow today. I don't know why. I don't know what that's about. It's a good computer, but every computer, I guess, has issues. So build confidential applications on any blockchain. The Zama Confidential Blockchain Protocol enables confidential smart contracts on top of any layer 1 or layer 2 using FHE. So now we kind of can take away that FHE is a way of, using smart contracts on any layer 1 or layer 2. So that sounds pretty intuitive. No, I'm not saying that word right. Anyways, moving on. Blockchain transparency is a bug, not a feature. So they're kind of against transparency, I guess. Everything you do on chain is public. Why? Because validators need to see the data to because validators need to see the data to verify the state. Well, with the added ZK knowledge type technology, maybe they don't need to see the data anymore because it's zero knowledge. It's in the word, right? They need zero knowledge of the actual stuff in the transaction to verify that it's legitimate, right? It's a mathematical thing. I don't know everything about it. Okay, so powered by fully homomorphic encryption. Let's read what the heck that is. Zama uses FHE to keep on-chain data encrypted at all times, even during processing. Not familiar with FHE? Learn more about it here. I would just like to briefly learn a little bit more. We're not going to spend forever on it. Take a deep dive into FHE, the holy grail of cryptography. So they're touting this as a big advancement in cryptography, and it's fully encrypted, right? If you get rid of like the homomorphic thing, fully encrypted, meaning it's encrypted all the time and it's never unencrypted so that somebody can look at it and check it. So what is encryption? Encryption has been used for thousands of years to send secret messages. One early method is the Caesar cipher from 60 BC, which swaps letters of the alphabet. I hope you put your thinking caps on because we're not going to spend a ton of time on this, but I think it's worth our time to make sure we know what this is. So with the internet, we generate a lot of private data, leading to more data breaches and surveillance. To protect our data, we need advanced encryption, like end-to-end encryption, but in everyday apps, right? Not just ones that are specially built for end-to-end encryption. They need a way to just kind of apply this to everything. But how does end-to-end encryption work, and how will it change the internet? Fully homomorphic encryption. So FHE enables data processing without decryption. Companies provide services without accessing users' data. So while users experience unchanged functionality, with encryption maintained during both transit and processing, all online activity can now be truly end-to-end encrypted. How it works. Use cloud and blockchain services normally while your data remains completely encrypted. No company, government, or hacker can access your information. Same experience, totally different privacy. So what they're saying is you can just keep it encrypted all the time. They can apply it to things that already go on normally. You don't have to rebuild out like a whole new system or a brand new app in order to do it. I'm very bullish on this, right? I think this is a great idea. Hopefully it works as good as they say it works. And with that, I could see Zama doing well. What was the market cap of Zama again? I'm forever hitting the ads on Crypto Rank. It drives me nuts. 65 million, man, that's small. This thing is small. I like what it's doing. Sometimes tech doesn't equal price evaluation. It just really doesn't. Look at that. Nice little bounce. I would have done pretty well if I would have kept in that. But I do like to take my profits quick. I can't be down in a trade for a long time if I take my profits quickly. And I'm just not seeing a clear picture here of where we're going, unless, of course, we're going up. So for me, I want to see us get to 12.6 or close to 12.6, like close this gap from where we are up to 12.6. And then I'd be a little bit more confident that we're going to chew through some of that liquidity. And I should already have it marked out. Nope, I have a different level. They built liquidity a little bit lower. But you'll see in order to do that, it looks like we're going to have to, you're going to have to break the 200, which is really strong in this downtrend that we're in. So basically, we'd rather break above the 200, get into this liquidity, and then start to get more of a bounce, or we're going to break the 200 briefly on a wick, grab liquidity, and continue downwards. Those are my kind of two options here. I'll be watching to see what happens. I also take profits real quick. Only hold losses. That's hilarious. You're hilarious, Gamsta. Thank you for being here, bro. You're funny. Moonbirds. Moonbirds is cool in idea and artwork, and well, the artwork's pixelated like CryptoPunks. I don't like the pixelated NFTs. Give me like clean, crisp, nice artwork. I'm more into the artwork. The whole pixelated thing is like a whole, I don't know, it's like a vibe that people are into. Very old school. I don't like it. They look like crap. Give me very good pictures of good artwork or something like that. Moonbirds is 10K Ethereum OWL PFPs, so almost like NFTs, but not NFTs, with nesting utility, which is probably like staking, for community access and yield. So your utility is yield based off of your NFTs, but they're also basically access to different things within the project. Let's go look at the ecosystems, Ethereum and Solana. I'm glad that Solana is in there. I'd like to see Base blockchain being a part of it. Who cares about NFTs anymore? I don't like NFTs by themselves, like a picture. Like, that's just not very exciting. But I am pretty bullish on buying an NFT and having like staking and also access to stuff. I do love that idea. I think it's kind of the future of the way like subscriptions and stuff will run. Like, you'll buy an NFT and you'll have like a lifetime subscription. They'll just be very expensive. 139 million. I don't know where I got 3 from. 139 million and only 82 million. Not a huge disparity. Not ginormous. I would like to see Sol back up over $100. Like, come on, man. Yeah, exactly. And what is going on? Are we in the bear market? We might be. We might very well just be in a bear market. The thing is, the cycles are all messed up. So I don't know if I really feel like we're going to have the historical 4-year cycles. Like, this bear market could top out in a couple of months and we can start to pump again if that whole thing is kind of over. So let's go look at their Twitter for Burb. Or birds. Very burbish. Moonbirds. 255.7 thousand followers. It's pretty good. Pin post from January 29th. 1.2 million impressions. I was going to say transactions. No, impressions. That's pretty good. That sounds like attention to me, and it's been trending day after day. I think that this thing has some attention. The website doesn't quite have like the wow factor to me. I think there should be pictures of the actual NFTs here, but I understand if they think the NFTs are a little bit lame and they don't want to put them on here. You know, I could understand that because they are in fact a little bit lame. And I'll pull them up. I'll show them to you real quick. There you go. They look like crypto punks, but they're owls. And we go low to high. It looks like the lowest, the floor, if you will, what they would call the floor, is 1.2 ETH. Way more than I would ever spend on this crap. And it always makes me... Oh, by the way, this project was bought for a long time and owned by YGI Labs. And then they sold it to this Orange Cap Games. Let's see, I'll show you. They talk about it right here. Orange Cap Games is bringing fresh innovation to the Moonbirds ecosystem. So they were bought. So there might be why this thing is starting to get attention and move again, because somebody else bought them. And it's, you know, when you acquire like a new company or project, you're far more likely to be bullish and have a vision, have an idea, do something than, say, the people who had it before. I don't think that they were really doing much with it. Hey, Elsa, think ChatGPT trading bot, you know, kind of thing. We've been over that a ton. I'm more interested to look at maybe some of these other projects. And this Open Claw just reminds me so much of that Molt that we'll look at here in just a minute, that I'm just like, what the heck? Open Claw is a meme token on Solana dedicated to Clawbot, whatever Clawbot is. It's some kind of bot, right? And maybe it's clawing back some money. 24-hour trading volumes, only $1 million. I wouldn't touch that thing. 420,000 market cap right now. Been as high as 6.8. Sounds like it got rugged to me. It's not like a serious project, so it's not like open or early investors, you know, suddenly dumped it. It's kind of like, you know, early people who were a part of this thing dumped it on everybody. Oh wow, thank you. I'll pass it along, whatever that means. Pinned by community mod. Very interesting. 222,000 impressions on this pin post. Not sure why that would be here. Everything else is super lackluster. Seems like that pin post or whatever maybe had been promoted, rather literally through the promotion of Twitter, or they promoted it by paying other people to talk about it, one or the other. It just doesn't look natural to me. It doesn't look like it's really authentic. Let's go to the website. Shout out to the 12 people who are here. Hey, Grandma, I see you coming in. Thank you for being here. Don't let your learning lead to knowledge. Let your learning lead to action. Jim Rohn. Love it. Love Jim Rohn. clears your inbox, sends emails, manages your calendar, checks in your flights. Well, I wouldn't want to leave it to AI to check in my flight. All from WhatsApp, Telegram, or any other chat app you already use. I could see some use here. The thing I don't like about it is you're given a lot of access. If this thing can like clear your inbox, well, what if it clears my inbox and it's something later that I want and I don't want it to clear my inbox? So that could be a problem. It could send emails, manage your calendar. It sounds like it has access to way too much information. That makes me not very bullish. I love the idea of this type of AI, but it needs to be put out like from Apple or somebody who's highly accountable. OpenClaw is not accountable. Okay, if something goes wrong and they delete a very important, life crucial piece of email or something, suck it up, because it's probably not going to be able to get it back for you. So this Elon coin, so an interesting ticker, they know what they were doing there, is a leading market connecting liquidity and supercharging yield. And before we go any further, I just kind of want to see what happened, trying to see if we're going to get rejected from this 200 or get above it. See, it's trending up. The fact that it's trending up really kind of tells me it's probably going to grab that liquidity, because why else would it be trending up? That's usually my opinion here. Price is not random and it trends in a direction or this, that, and the other, and it's not usually random. Starting to build even a little bit more liquidity underneath you. Might go grab that first, who knows. 12.1 price, 81,900. Interesting. Versus, you have just as well, the first stop is just as much liquidity, but you have 81 and 85 sitting here at like 12.6, so that's probably where it's going. Probably should enter along, but I want to keep the show going and not have to look at it every 5 seconds, so maybe we'll enter it in a minute, maybe we won't. That's kind of cool. Anyone know any gold miners hiring? Oh, well, there you go. All right, so only 3.7 million in market cap, 5.8 million all-time high. This thing has come out, gotta scroll down a little bit. This thing came out the 2nd of February, so yesterday, and it's done nothing but fall. Had a nice little bounce here. I mean, this would have been a nice move, but I wouldn't have been trading such a small coin. Trading 24-hour trading volumes only like 4.9 million. Not big enough for me to deal with. 5.8 million all-time high. Not a huge disparity. Brand new coin. This drawdown could, in the long run, mean absolutely nothing. Let's go take a look at their website. All right, so they have like a Web 2 and a Web 3 version. The universal leading market for Move. Empowering access to scalable yield for all. And I'm pretty sure Move is the coding language of Ethereum. I think Move is what makes it EVM, right? Do I have that right, or am I confusing that? Or was Move for the project that Facebook tried to do? Is it a good thing that they stopped Facebook from having its own crypto project and stuff? Because I feel like if it would have had its own crypto project, maybe they would have been a lot more bullish in integrating things Web3, right? Yeah, whatever. Go away. Connect your wallet. There's really not a whole lot here. Net APY is 0. That's intriguing. That's got me all fired up. I love 0 APY. It's beautiful. Yeah, I don't even know what that's about. Available liquidity, 9.2 million, or 92 million, sorry. 141 total deposits. Again, these are metrics. Who knows what kind of incentive they're giving. You have Aptos, Movement, and Initia. Maybe I said that right. Maybe I didn't. Let's go to fixed yields. Markets. Or actually, let's go to dashboard. I don't know what this is. There's like a disclaimer for everything you click on. So these are test staked. So this is what, still in some kind of testing? I don't know. It's a financial thing. There's APY, there's staking. Not exciting to me, honestly. Too many disclaimers and too many other places that I feel far safer with my money. I didn't see any crazy stuff there. What did we see the other day? There was a project we were looking at the other day, and maybe it's Infinex. I don't know. There was one where you had 20% APY through Sui. I thought that was cool. I like that a lot. Then you got this Kindred, kind of showed up out of nowhere. Kindred is an AI companions from licensed characters with decentralized memory and voice-rich interactions. At first glance, I thought this was like something more in the realm of, pervertedness, but it actually seems like it's more like, and who knows, it still could be, but it seems like it's more in the realm of like iconic, I was going to call them characters from things like Disney and stuff like that. Maybe they're wanting to work with Disney and stuff to have maybe like a Disney AI chatbot that is Mickey Mouse and is somehow interactive. Like I could see where you could go in a legitimate direction with this. A new universe awakens, Kindred, and you can just basically join the waitlist, like join their social medias. Again, nice website. It looks like they have a pre-sale going on, but I gotta say that I don't see any real product here, which makes me skeptical. I could wait. I can stand to wait until we have a real product. Look, it's going right where we thought it was. Should have stayed in that long, but I don't want to get chewed up. You know, you think like, you know how sometimes like we were down here, right, and I sold right there. You see the sell, and there's a lot of upward action that I didn't grab, right? Well, you know how much worse it feels to be in a trade that's gone significantly sideways on you? It feels way worse than any amount of missing a move, right? It really does. And I have to always remind myself of that. Like, I'm like, dang, I missed that move. That would have been good. I'd probably be up like $100 or something, maybe 80, but still it's like, don't stress that. I could be super stressed out that I tried to short it, like, you know, somewhere in here and just, you know, am getting wrecked, and who knows, it might be a long time before you get out of it, as there is quite a bit of liquidity to the upside, but it doesn't look strong. It's just layered really well, and that's why I don't focus on like one area. If it's just like down here, there's one area, it's just by itself. It's 92k at 11.8, and that's pretty much it. So probably going up to at least like 13 or 13.2. I don't see a lot of liquidity being built. Matter of fact, there was a little liquidity. I don't know if we hit it or what, but it's gone. And makes me want to kind of take a long here. But we're a little extended. I would wait for the pullback before longing. And sometimes you just get a read on something and you're like, man, I am very bearish on this coin. So I almost hate to even enter into anything bullish. I really do. And we said that even the highest liquidity is like 13.5. Let's grab a wick here. Let's go up to like 13.5. Maybe make ourselves a little smaller. And 13.5. If I can get it. That's close enough. 0.497. It's close enough. So like you could kind of get all the way up here, and like if we get up there though, and who knows if we'll get that full move. It loves to leave like a little bit of liquidity on the table. Why is this thing so laggy? It's so annoying. But anyways, I almost just want to wait for it to pump and then just short it back down. The trend is your friend until it isn't. And like there's really, we just took this first liquidity at 12.6. The next one's only 84. It's not a lot. It's just not a lot of liquidity, even though it's pretty layered and it's all that this thing has going on. It's just not a lot of liquidity. And what it does a lot of times when there's not a lot of liquidity is it just sits in a very tight range and doesn't do much of anything. I'll worry about that more when we get to that point of the show. So what were we talking about? Kindred. All right, so we kind of covered that. Let's move on. The more it pumps, the more it will come down. I tagged Joe in the Discord, blues with heat map. You can change the pairs at the top if you want to see flare. I don't want flare. I have the river heat map, but I can't find the one UG has. Well, here, let's just do this. Bang, copy. I'll go post it right in the main hangout. See, Melissa told everybody we were live. Thank you very much. All right, so I posted direct link right there. So just go to the main hangout in the Discord. Shout out to anybody who doesn't know that we have a free Discord. It is linked in the chat. And to me, this kind of looks like we're going up. But it's a little bit indecision. And I wanted a little bit of a pullback. Maybe we'll take a very small chance at a short. I want to wait for the 1 minute RSI to at least reset. Kind of high on the 5. Yeah, we're high on everything. Doesn't really mean anything. It just means we're probably getting a little bit of a cool off here for a minute. What's the 1 hour doing? Yeah, the 1 hour is super low. The 1 hour could start to pump and really run away. You know, weeks is laggy. It hasn't been like that. I've never seen weeks like this. It's very laggy. The 4 hour is still trending down though. It hasn't quite given up. And the daily, of course, is on the floor. So the daily and the 1 hour are pretty lined up. 4 hours still acting like it wants to come down more, but my trades are really local. Like I'm in and out scalping. So 15 minute, it hasn't got back above the 21 in quite some time here. So that's a crucial moment. If you could get back above the 21, maybe you could run up to the 200. It's kind of overdue, I feel like, for a nice little pump. And let's go the 5. 5 very oversold, probably coming down. 3 minute. Oversold. 1 minute is kind of finishing off there, but you're losing the 200. And now scalpers are us. There you go. Into the cryptoverse. You have a very official looking thumbnail, if you want to call it that. Thanks for hopping in. Win Moon. For what? BTC, for all of crypto, for River, which I'm trading. I don't know. No financial advice here. All I know is trying to raise people's crypto IQs, tiny bit of trading that we do, some DeFi gaming, and staying on top of what is trending. Those are what we do here. Thank you for hopping in. Smash that like button. We have a free Discord if you'd actually like to chat with me or more of the community about anything. That'd be best over in the Discord, and also we have a voice channel so we could chat like we were hanging out on the telephone. You know what I mean? That kind of thing. I know a lot of people are not into that anymore. I know most people are like, what, you called me? Just text me. I'm old school in that way. Let's update our liquidity map. We are getting a little off track. There is huge liquidity up here at, well, I don't know how huge it is. It's very bright. Yeah, like 14.6. They really wiped out a lot of the liquidity to the bottom. But it can keep building back in. I kind of have a feeling this thing is just going to range sideways while it builds liquidity for a minute. So we can move on. We can move on here. Then we have Moltbook. Moltbook is new on the radar. Welcome in everybody. Smash that like button for me. Moltbook is ticker Molt. 220.4 million in market cap, been as high as 109, so this thing is down quite a bit. And the farthest back I can find here looks like the second, which is yesterday. We looked at this yesterday, right? And we stay on top of things before they even come out. We've been looking at Zama for 3 weeks, maybe a month. It's been trending, but it hasn't had a token generation event yet. Finally did yesterday. Moltbook is a social network for AI agents on the Base blockchain. So this is Base blockchain. It's a social network, right? It reminds me a lot of that Clawbot. Why are they all choosing like a lobster? I don't really get that, but whatever. So you could be human or you could be an agent. You can deal with it. It's a bot. It's very much built for AI agents to communicate with each other. Not a whole lot other to say about that. Unless you're very bullish on AI agents, we had that nice run for everything AI agents, and then it's kind of been lackluster for a while. So, of course, AI stays trendy, AI projects, and people believe in, decentralized AI and stuff. The AI agents is just like maybe a little more advanced for most people to really understand. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just because the market's not very good. But this thing is tiny. And I believe they had themselves listed as a meme coin and not like a serious project. Is that true? Forget where I saw that. I think I saw that over here. Let's see, is it still on here? No, it's not. Let's see. Let's pull up Molt. There we go. Over on CoinGecko, artificial intelligent AI agent. Okay, so I must be confusing it with a different project. 227,000 impressions, 4 hours ago, 25 impressions. So they have a decent amount of attention over on social media. That's why we go to the Twitter smell test. We're just trying to see how much attention they have. Crypto Rank getting me with those pop-ups some more. Oh yeah, we already went to their website. All right, I don't have a lot to say about it. We really went over this project in a lot more detail yesterday, and I wasn't real excited about it. We got Fight ID, legitimate partnerships with the UFC. Blues Guy says, show me. Show you what? I put the link in the Discord. It's in the main hangout. I don't understand. What do I need to show you? Just go to the main hangout. It's the most recent thing posted, and click on the actual HTTPS, semicolon / www.coinglass.com, yada, yada, yada. Click on that, and it should take you directly there. It should take you right here. I'll refresh it. It'll look more like this. Now you can choose between symbol, and you can choose between pair. A lot of times I use symbol because it's a little bit more like collective. Oh, look at that. Getting the pump. Bang. Right to where we thought it was going to go. Is this thing going to keep pumping? It very well might. Everything is very oversold on this thing, though. I really just kind of don't want to long this thing, because in the past, longing hasn't been great. Everything's pretty down. I'd rather just let it pump. I'd rather just let the thing go and then just short it on its way back down, because once it gets to some big pump, maybe up to even $14, 14.5, 14.6, even if it gets up there, it's gonna come falling down, in my opinion. Hey, Reliable J in the house. What's up? Not much. We're just doing a little bit of changing. Your colors are different than mine. You can change them. Yeah, exactly. So at the top here, Blues Guy, Bankroll. I know Bankroll knows. Up here, you can kind of change what colors you'd like to look at it in. It's superficial. It don't really change anything. It's all the same stuff. All of them are ugly to me. I like the blue. Yeah, I would not want to look at it in any of those other ones. The blue is nice, in my opinion. I'd use it if I have to. And you could slide this little scale at the bottom for how much, price action you really want to see. Does look like up, man. Maybe I'll wait for a little pullback, this RSI to reset here, and then maybe I will engage in a long. Kind of want to open a long. I know this thing can just absolutely dump on me. I'm kind of holding off. I want to see the 21 cross through the 200. Should only take a candle or two. There's quite a bit of upside room. The thing is, if this starts pumping and I start taking profits, I got to know when to get off, because that's what really will eat you up. 400,000 is the biggest liquidity we have around, but it's way up there. But there's a lot of layers to even get up there, so I don't know how much confidence I have in that, and I should have just opened that long, huh? Yeah, that thing is going to want to turn around and reset at some point. Very high risk, in my opinion. I want to hop in immediately. Maybe I'll hop in for something like 2%. And we'll start to build the long here. And if we lose this 200, I'm getting the heck out of it. To me, this is a little bit not as clear as I like it when I'm entering. So I'm taking a shot because we're hanging out and we're live. But that 1 minute wants to reset. It needs to reset and stay above the 200. I almost wish I wouldn't have hopped in so quickly. That FOMO, the fear of missing out, will get you. But yeah, that 1 minute needs to reset, but at the same time, it could just go at the same time. So never really know. What do we say? The 1 hour is pointing up, but the 1 hour is a big time frame, right? 15 minutes up, but it still has a lot of room to get, doesn't have a lot of room to, it's totally overbought. The 5 and the 3 and the 1 are all high. So the 1 could kind of start your dump here, and the rest of them could continue to dump. I got to get to sleep. I got a 10-hour drive tomorrow. Good night, good night. All right, man. Thanks for being here. Good night. Cheers to Underground Hype in the chat. Thank you very much. I love those custom emojis. So much IQ moments. Gotta love this channel. Hit the likes, guys. Hey, Blue Sky, I appreciate it. And look, there it goes. There goes dumping. Yeah. I really wish I would have took the short here, but I'm already down. Probably next to nothing, honestly. Let's see. Liquidation price is like $7. So that's good. Down $5. Looks like it's probably going to dump for a minute. I don't know if this was the move. So it looks like you're probably going to lose the 200. I just don't trust this coin when it comes to having much explosive pumps up to the upside. But if it can hold above the 200, I might believe in it. And the 200 and the 21 threatening to cross right now. Can it get it? And I've seen it cross and then go like 10, 20 candles and then cross back to the downside. But my lifer vision says that if we're above the 200, I kind of got to be bullish. But I need 21 to come in and react with price action. That's why I have $25 in this trade. I don't have a lot of money in this trade. If it starts dumping, I'll close it for 10, 15, 20, 25 buck loss, and then we'll move on with our life. I don't really want to build a long unless we can get a little higher. I would like to have a little more than $25 in the trade. Like at least 50 bucks would be nice. So if we come down and maybe retest again, that 1 minute is looking like it wants to curve and go up. What's going on in the chat? It says, hola, bro. A Reliable J in the house. It's always a great night when Reliable J is here. Definitely a name that I always look for in the chat. And we're just kind of, you know, putting a little bit of trading in here. Kind of want to add. This seems like the perfect moment to add to this long. I'm sure it changed my liquidation. Yeah, from $7 to $9. Taking a lot more money to drop my liquidation levels all of a sudden. So we've got $46 in the trade. Yep, there it goes. I don't trust this thing at all. Can it hold above the 200? Now your 1 minute Stokes is resetting, but your 3 and your 5 are clearly against you. And it seems like they're just eating up any bullishness. They're gonna come just devour that bullishness, right? He says up too late tonight. Hey, it happens, right? Couch got me when I got home. There you go. So I started an XRP short with 30 bucks and added 30 to margin. I guess it depends on your leverage. My liquidation is 173. I would add more money to that. In my personal opinion, if I was in your position, I would add more money to that margin for sure. And we're so close to the bone here on this 200 that I really wouldn't be surprised if we lose the 200 and then regain the 200. I'm actually more concerned about this 21 than anything else. So the 21 has been like the truth. You're rather above the 21 coming down and bouncing off of it, or you're under the 21 coming up and bouncing off of it as a resistance. And there doesn't seem to be a whole lot of in between with this coin on the 1 minute. It's just one or the other. And man, Weeks is just so glitchy and slow. It's so weird. I've never seen it act like this. It's got to be because I'm streaming or something. But we sit down here. Yeah, yesterday's stream was 4 hours and like 20 minutes long. It was almost 4.5 hour stream yesterday. I know a lot of you guys go to bed, tune off. It's all good. We cover most of our stuff at that point. All right, we flip green. Can we do anything with it, or does it just come right back down? Close some candles, and we could do a little bit of moon math here. We could say if we were to possibly get to 14.6, we can go in and edit our take profit and stop loss. Take profit, let's put 14.6. We would be up $144 off of a $46 trade. I'd probably add a little bit more to it at that point, but I don't want to pull my break even up too much. That FOMO has got me just a little bit. And you are kind of flagging out above the 200, 21 interacting with price action. The lifer vision just tells me that I kind of got to take a shot at that. Plus I can see liquidity up above us and not really much liquidity down below us. All you have is this like 214,000. It's increased. It was just only 90 at 11.8. So that is the more significant. Yeah, that's saying this is far more significant. You just kind of grab these little liquidities here at 12.6 and stuff. I don't know. This thing could just totally fall down, or it's gonna pump that, or it'll just do that. I hate when I'm indecisive like this and I don't feel like I have a clear read. Then that's what makes me feel like I'm gambling, and is the moments where a lot of times I get chewed up the most. Gotta always reevaluate every time, you know, you do anything. But let's go ahead and add an alert underneath the 200 here. I'm doing it on the back end in trading view, so you won't see what I'm doing necessarily, but that way we can kind of move on and do other stuff. And we won't have to worry too much. Man, that thing looks like it's pumping. Bang! Look at that candle. Up $8. Looks like maybe, you know, looked like it was going for $10. And when this thing rips, though, when this candle, or sorry, when this coin does pump, man, it pumps so hard. That's why, like, you don't want to be on the wrong side of this thing pumping, because it just absolutely rips. Like big impulse 1 minute candles, you know, like usually you get some big candles on like the 3 and the 5, but not usually the 1 minute crazy big candles. And this thing could be at like 14. I've seen this thing run so hard. This thing could run up here and grab at like 14.6. That's 400K. It could do it in like 10 minutes. Not saying it will, but it could. Okay, so first stop 13.5. Let's see, do I still have that on the radar? 13.2. So there was some larger liquidity here, and it's kind of gone now. All right. It's looking like it wants to do something. You just broke. Let's grab a ray here. You just kind of broke this high, which is usually a sign that it wants to go higher. Now would be a good time to add something to the long, something decent, and then I won't add again. So I did add. It could easily bite me, you know, in the ass. Where's my liquidity? $10. I need to bring that up. Let's put another 200 in margin. You see the disparity between like what I put in the trade and how much I put in the margin. And if we were to get, of course, this is moon math, guys, but if I were to hold this all the way to 14.6, I'd make $258. It's enticing, but one thing I've found is like you're really betting on getting that big number to 14 point, and it'll go really close and then drop really hard, and you'll just kind of not make any money at all. I would say that's relatively common. There we go. I was like, where did my stochastic go? So that 1 minute kind of got played out here. 1 minute stochastic, that is. And it's still looking like it wants to pump. Kind of want to zoom out a little bit and see what the price action is over to my left. UG, that same screen I don't find. Man, you know what, Blues guy, we might have to just screen share in the Discord when I'm done, because I don't know why you're not finding it. I gave you a direct link to it, so that's kind of odd to me. And I'm up $29. Looks like this thing's gonna rip. I'm glad that the FOMO is paying off here. And it's probably going for a target. All I can do is hope that the target that it's going for is where I think it's going for. Let's refresh this. And let's roll over here. And I feel you, Blue Sky. Like this website does confuse the heck out of me when I'm for whatever reason not here, you know, not in the right place. I do find it really difficult to figure out how the heck to get into it. So I feel you. So you don't see this at all, though. You don't see symbols in pairs. You don't see like this model 1, 2, 3. Don't try any of the other ones. Just use model 1. Like you don't see any of that stuff. All right, getting the pullback. How far back is it gonna take us? So we got to like 12.9. Is there anything significant at like 12.9? Nope. 13's got, ooh. All right, so now we're building some liquidity, but you have liquidity at 12.5. Now we have liquidity in both directions. I have to, a lot of times when all of a sudden there's a decent amount of liquidity in both directions, I kind of favor the direction we're already going. So we're already pumping. 400,000 at 4.6. That's a kind of a big move. I don't know if we can get that. So we're just going to have to watch here. All good. Oh, I saw what you just did. Okay, yeah. I saw you dragging that thing below the map. Yeah, there you go. That's, oh, so you're saying you're there, but it wasn't looking like mine. Yeah, the thing under the map just lets you kind of zoom in so you're not looking at like what happened, 8 hours ago. I don't need to see what happened 8 hours ago. Man, and this is where it's just like I'm rather going to be glad I held it and it's going to pump, or I'm going to want to kick myself that I didn't sell for $30 and add it to the day. Oh, it's looking like it wants to go though. It just broke that higher wick. What I want to see a lot of times, what I need to keep seeing is whatever the higher wick was, I need to see it keep breaking that wick. Even if it breaks it and then pulls right back down, that's fine. But I need it to break that wick and keep going, break that wick and keep going, because when it doesn't break that high wick anymore, then you know that it's the momentum has pretty much died out. So now we're up $40 and it's ripping. I told you, when this thing decides to rip, it is parabolic. 13.4 is kind of our first stop. Let's see, 13.4. Wow, 13.4 is not very far up the food chain. I don't know why I have that marked out. It's really 13.47, so it's really more like 13.5. And let's see what the heck this thing can do. And the only reason why I don't put like a stop loss or something, even though I should at this point, would be very smart, is because I can get stopped out on a wick pretty easy, which is kind of annoying. Yeah, I'm not far enough away from my take profit, or my break even. Always saying the wrong thing. I need to slow down. So yeah, I'm not very far from my take profit. So if I was take profit, there I go again. Dang it. I'm not very far from my break even line, this green line. I don't know why I keep messing that up. So if I set myself like I can't lose kind of stop loss, it's just gonna wick down and hit it. That would literally just be a quick move back down to the 21 and bounce, which would be extremely healthy, honestly, in my opinion. But then we just kind of keep setting these higher wicks. So then I just want to see it break this level here, which was the previous high on that wick. Of course, there's going to be usually a couple red, or for me white, since I changed the color. We're kind of far away from the 21, so it could have been good to sell there and then try to get back in when it comes down and touches the 21. That would be pretty darn close. But also, it could never come down here. It could just give a minute or two for the 21 to come up a little bit, and then it continue to rip, and I never get back in, and then I watch it run all the way up, and you never get to take advantage of it. So I don't want to play too many games here, as much as I love to take profit quickly, but I can smell a bigger move going on here. So I got to go to TradingView, and I got to set a couple alerts here. What is this one at? This is 13.3. Okay, cool. So I do want to talk about other stuff and not just sit here on this trade. That can be for like the very end of the show, right? and we will kind of move along. I want to raise your crypto IQ. It's that part of the night, and I don't want to bury this too far at the end of the stream, because to me, this is what this show is not all about, but very much about, right? So let's talk about fees, and we're talking about real revenue. What is real and what is just hype that looks like a project is very active and it's not. So what protocol fees actually are. So we're going to talk about protocol fees. They're payments users make to use a system. They represent real demand, right? Because if nobody's, how do I want to say this? If you wouldn't actually pay for access or usage or the utility or whatever it is, if you wouldn't come out of pocket for it, then you don't actually value it. So if you don't actually value it, then is it really that great of a protocol? And if by majority, most people feel like they don't really value it, they wouldn't pay for it. They would love to show up and get free stuff. Everybody does. That's not special. You're not special if you like getting free stuff. But if you would show up and you would pay for it, then that represents real demand. That's what you want to see versus the incentive that's built for people to show up. Users choosing to spend value in exchange for a service. When fees exist without incentive, it signals that something is genuinely useful. This seems so simple, guys. This is like the sauce, in my opinion, when it comes to understanding what is worth speculating on and what is not worth speculating on, right? Fees are not perfect, but they are voluntary. That's what gives them meaning, because nobody's forcing people to do it. What token inflation really does. Inflation introduces new tokens into the circulation. So this is kind of very much in line with your tokenomics. This is great sauce. It doesn't generate value, right? It redistributes it. Inflation can attract early users, but always comes at the cost of dilution. Inflation is a tool, not a business model, meaning you could use it in a positive way here and there, but you don't want to just like have a business model where you're just going to inflate your token infinitely. That's not cool. That actually dilutes the value. Why inflation can look like revenue. When emissions are high, activity increases. Users farm rewards, transactions spike, dashboards show growth. But this activity is often temporary. When rewards decline, usage also declines. What looked like demand was actually incentive-driven behavior. It's like if you showed up to my house every day and I handed you, a $20 bill just because you showed up at my house every day. And say that you brought me something simple, like you brought me a $2 can tall boy of Pepsi, right? And I had you deliver this every day for $20. You would be showing up every day to get that $20. That's an $18 profit. Every day you would be showing up. But as soon as I was like, hey man, can you bring me that Pepsi, and I can't really give you the $20 like I normally do anymore. Can I just pay you for the Pepsi? So now you're not profiting. Now you're just going to the store every day, getting me a tall Pepsi and bringing it to me for the cost of the Pepsi. You're not coming out of pocket, but you're spending gas, you're spending time, you're spending energy. Time is money. And all of a sudden you're like, this is not worth it, bro. I'm not going to run around for you to make sure that you get your Pepsi every day. And by the way, I don't drink Pepsi. Just for the record, since we talk about a ton of health stuff, I'm just using it as an example. So that's kind of like the whole incentive thing. Before, you were heavily incentivized to show up and make $18, right? Now you're not incentivized to make money at all. I may be over-explaining this, right? But that's okay. Fees without sustainability. It's better than under-explaining it. Let's see where we're at here. All right, it's consolidated. Break that top. Go. Up $42. I'll be annoyed if I don't make that $42, but that's 1, 2, 3, and even 4 times that it's not getting up. So we're consolidating, and I'm gonna have to say flagging out, touching the 21. It means a lot more when you're above the 200. Anyways, let's move on. So fees without sustainability. Some protocols generate fees but still fail economically. Fees may be too small or misallocated or paid out to parties other than the token holders. Revenue only matters if it supports the system's long-term security and operation. So they could not charge enough money, therefore they don't generate enough money, or they could generate good money and they could just totally mishandle it, just giving it to the boss, who runs off with it and buys another yacht, and not give it back to the people who are involved, and that pretty much will ruin any kind of project. The subsidy trap. Many crypto systems never escape subsidy mode, and I think the subsidy mode is something to focus on and really think about. They rely on continuous emissions to maintain activity. Once inflation slows, the system struggles to justify its existence, kind of like a pyramid scheme. This is where many projects stall or quietly disappear. When incentive actually works, incentive can work when they lead to habit formation and real demand. This is where it's kind of a thin line. You can't give no incentive, but you can't over-incentivize either. And once you've built a bunch of incentive and you got people coming, you kind of got to flip the script on them and make them pay so that it actually moves everything forward, and they'll be glad in the long run. They might not understand when you flip the script on them, but in the long run, they'll understand why you were basically protecting any investment that they had in you. The key question is whether users stay after the reward ends. Most don't. How to spot real economic traction. Look for systems where users pay fees without a reward. Usage persists during a downturn. Value capture is intentional. Incentives decline over time. These signals matter more than short-term metrics. So this is kind of the playbook here. This is what you want to look for in a project. If all they do is give away, and they don't make any money and they don't capture any value and stuff, then they're probably not going to be around long term. Why this distinction matters. Understanding fees versus inflation changes how you evaluate protocols, ecosystems, and narratives. It explains why some systems survive cycles and others don't. And then that was our story. So that's pretty much my conclusion about fees and everything. There we go. We broke that wick. That's what I wanted to see. That's strong in my opinion. You kind of flagged out or just went sideways, and when you touched the 21, you got explosive action. That's what it's all about to me. And we're nailing it. We were short, we made money. We're long, we're making money. How are we doing that? We're looking at the liquidity. I mean, liquidity tells a story. If you think price action randomly moves around, I have a bridge to sell you. Now we do have to the upside liquidity and to the downside liquidity. So you could come sweep 12.7. What do we sweep first? Looks like we're sweeping up. 12.7 is like not very far down at all. Oh man, this thing is lagging. And so here we are. Just want to make sure I can kind of see that 21. RSI still resetting to the upside. Up $73. 74, 75. If we could get all the way to the upside, that would be one thing. But this thing's probably going to turn around at some point. Absolutely. This is like the most explosive move of River's whole 24-hour existence, I think. I don't know. I haven't been trading it all day. I probably didn't start trading it until an hour before the live stream. Maybe an hour and a half. But as you can see, I'm just waiting for certain metrics, right? So now we're getting a white candle, which is a red candle. I just don't like the red and green. I love this, blue and white. Much better on your mentality, right? It's not as psychological. And now it has a higher wick. There's a wick that is higher than price action here. We are far away from the 21. A little bit of a pullback is fine, in my opinion, but I don't want to see it break down and lose that 21. When it loses that 21, there's a good chance it's over at that point. Thank you for teaching me about margin, UG. It really helped me not fear getting liquidated as much. Hey, I'm so glad to hear that, brother. Yeah, margin is like a superpower. It says you really making bank. Yeah, man. I just keep fine tuning. Like this is a new style for me. This is not something I've done for years and years and years, right? I've traded a lot, many different styles, pattern trading, everything you see the lifer doing. I've tried to mimic and understand, not just following his calls and stuff. Somebody was in here like, you should demo trade. It was long after you left last night, Camsta, but somebody was in here like, you need to demo trade and not do this if you haven't tested your model. And it's like, it's my business. It's my business if I want to demo trade or if I want to lose my own money. It's my own business. I like to actually be in the trade. And I explained to the person, like, the demo trade is not set up the same. I can't put $1,000 in my account and demo trade. I also can't demo trade River, right? And my model is very much based on more like meme coins and stuff like that. Beautiful. We're hitting that thing. Bam, up 87 bucks. This thing wants to run. Bang, bang, bang. I don't even know what our target is anymore. But anyways, they were trying to, like, you know, tell me what I should do. And I was just like, you know, you mind your own business. You do what you want to do. And the liquidity kind of dying off. I'd kind of like to take my $100 here. 120 bucks. But it's just shooting. Where the heck is this thing going? I'd love to lock in $100. Let's see. I really would love to lock in $100 right here. So what are we at? 13 is only 36. How about 4? Oh wait, not 114. That'd be a bajillionaire. 14. Like 175. All right, we're getting close. Like, I can feel it. Like, we're getting close to this blow off top. It's running for this high liquidity, and it is at 14.6. Really? I think we could get all the way to 14.6. I think that'd be kind of wild. $140, and it's still pumping. I've watched a lot of price action. You know what I mean? So it's like, I've watched how these 1 minute candle moves when they blow, right? Getting a little far away from that 21. I don't love that. Don't love that at all. He says, I thought you should have shorted. Boy, I was wrong. Yeah, you got to follow that liquidity. And see how the next candle was kind of white, you know, because we've done nothing but pump, pump, pump. Maybe a couple white candles. And I think this thing is still running. Like, you have high liquidity up here, and you have all the layers to get there. The only thing is you're starting to build this big liquidity down at like 12.7. And so I could see this thing dipping real hard to grab that 12.7. So nothing's perfect, but I just don't want to spend too much bullishness and see a really big wick drawdown, and I'm not even up $100 anymore. Like, I would much rather make $100, $150, $170 here, $200. But if we can continue to pump, see, I need to break that wick. See, I keep talking about that previous candle wick. Like, right there, we didn't break it. If we get a little bit, even a tiny little move through that level, I'm going to believe that we're going higher. But it kind of needs to do it in 2-3 candles, or I'm just going to flash close, and I'll be happy to take like $100. Let's go. Doesn't look like it's getting the follow through. It's not getting the love here. Like a Black Eyed Peas song. Where's the love? And I got to tell you guys, I'm feeling amazing. This is day 2 of my fast, my third fast this month. Well, we just turned a new month. Okay, so let me say it's the first fast of the month, but I've been doing quite a bit of fasting lately. And this could continue. I have to, like, in my mind, constantly reevaluate and set my parameters, if you know what I mean. So my parameter here, honestly, is the 21. If we lose that 21, I'm going to think that we're probably running down to maybe grab, you know, some liquidity. And what are we at? So it's like 13.2. I want to find where $100 is for me, because I don't want to not get $100. So 13.3. No. 13.4. That's close. 13.5 is 105. Okay, so 13.5. And I'm not setting that. I'm just looking. 13.5 is what you're losing now. See, this is that previous wick. So this could be like a support and resistance kind of retest. I'm always watching a bunch of things. I'm looking at the 21. Where's the 200? Are we making a flag? Are we breaking the higher wick up here? Are we bouncing off of the previous, candle high there, which we just did, which is support and resistance? Like, there is quite a few things that go into it. But I'm really looking for like an explosive move up. Like, we need to break these candles up here in the next minute or two. Otherwise, you're rolling over. And that's that. I would have never thought after how it was acting 30 minutes ago it would pump like this. Exactly. Yep, nice. I had St. Herbert's today. Barbecue rotisserie chicken with fries and gravy. Yo, that sounds phenomenal. And it's funny, like, my wife thinks I'm insane because, like, to go to bed, I'll throw on, like, a travel food show that I love to watch. I might post him sometimes. He's big in the space. But I just love what he's done. He's really cool. And, yeah, he's kind of one of those people I look up to on YouTube because he's crushed YouTube. It's insane. He's done such a good job. But anyways, I'll watch that as I go to bed. And my wife's like, are you fasting? Haven't you not eaten in 6 days? She's like, how are you watching this show? And I'm just like, I don't know. It doesn't really bother me. Or she'll start talking about food and she'll just be like, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot you were fasting. I'm like, I don't care. You can talk about what you want to eat. And if my discipline was so weak that if somebody mentioned food, like I can't go on, I got to eat, like, then I don't think you're going to make it very far. I usually don't eat carbs, but I was free from work, so I had a cheat meal. Having a cheat meal sometimes, in my opinion, is not such a negative thing. I think the problem is that people have a cheat meal, then they go back on their diet for 1 day, 2 days, and they have another cheat meal. And then the next thing you know, you look back over the month and you've had like just as many cheat meals as you did days on your actual, diet. And then you're just like, okay, yeah, well, am I even dieting anymore? Because all I'm doing is cheat meals every 3 days. But sometimes if you look back, you still did way better than you were doing 6 months prior, 3 months prior. So progress is small and incremental. I don't know why I'm talking about all this. I'm waiting to see if we're going to get some follow through here. We're kind of flagging out. Not loving it. I'm really just wanting to see the 21 come up without losing much. If we can not lose a whole lot and we could get that 21, that would be fantastic. But this liquidity down here at 12.7 has me a little concerned. We gotta break this higher wick up here. Let me grab this candle or this line here. Like, we've gotta break that, and like soon. The other thing is, like, as long as we don't break under this previous candle high, the 2 lines, like if we don't break down, I can hold and let that 21 come up into price action, and then it's probably gonna rip. And then you got to have a little bit of gut because sometimes it's going to wick down pretty hard underneath it, but it's going to come right back up within a candle or two. So, like, there's all these different moving parameters at all the same time. If this thing could wick down and touch the 21 without, closing a candle under the 21, that also could be really bullish and get us moving up sooner than later. And these are all just my observations. I'm not a trading guru, that's for sure. Yeah, where's Blues at? We got all this health stuff going on. Get the metabolism going again. Still holding steady at 185. Nice. My heaviest was 246. I feel you there. Had a nice back and bicep workout today. Gym was packed. Hey, good for you, man. Go to the gym. Would be very proud of you. And yeah, I'm all about doing that. When I started, I think I got as high as like maybe 220. But like my body is like kind of broken as far as like metabolism and stuff like that. I don't know if it's my Scottish heritage up there in Scotland and Europe. Like, it was cold and like our genetics hold on to a lot of fat really easy. Because like I didn't eat for 6 days and I only lost 4 pounds. Everybody who I tell that to who has some concept of fasting is like, that makes no sense. And I'm like, yeah, my body is broken. And I have to do extreme things to move the needle. Now I'm down to like 194. And of course, height has a lot to do with that and stuff like that. And I'm chatting. I'm not paying attention to this trade very well. But yeah, height has a lot to do with it. So, what is good is very much based off of height. So that 21 is coming up, and we just haven't lost that previous wick yet. And I have a feeling it's going to dip under this previous wick, but not close the candle underneath the 21. And then we're going to get the move. Will it? The 21 is like a magnet, but it respects the heck out of it. And now the 1 minute stochastic has reset. I'm huge on supplements and vitamins right now. Hey, Reliable J, that's great. Now, of course, make sure you got good quality food grade stuff. If it doesn't say on the bottle what it's derived from, then it's probably synthetic. And synthetic vitamins might trick your body into think you're getting what you need, but then when the body actually goes to get the bricks and the cement to build what it needs, it finds out it has a bunch of random stuff that doesn't actually build much. And that's just my opinion. There we go. It's like I'm down under $100 at this point. Let's see if that 21 can hold us up. It's kind of exactly what I thought it was going to do. Just wick down real hard, hit that 21, be connected with the 21. But don't close a candle underneath the 21. That I have to be out at. But I love how the stochastic reset here. That's really bullish in my opinion. Gotta have that flash close where I can see it. Hey, go to the gym. We were just talking about you, man. Camster was saying he went to the gym today, and we were talking about some diet and stuff, and I was like, go to the gym, would be proud of you, bro. And then you just show up. This good evening, underground crew. What's up, man? Thanks for being here. We're just trading. We've been short, we've been long. We're trading River. People probably think I'm insane for trading River as much as I do. But hey, maybe I'm insane. It's working for me, except for when it's not working for me. Then it's not. I lost $1,000, so now I'm only up. I was only up like $1,300, and so far I've gotten like a little over 400 back. If we could get this bounce here and go up, like I could be, more than halfway back to my $1,000. That would be very bullish, and I would have learned a lot. Definitely would have learned a lot. I'm much better when I'm hanging out with my crypto homies. Hey, that's what's up. Go to the gym. You are welcome here. All right. This is like the moment of truth for this trade. We're on the 21. The 1 minute stochastic is reset. And I'm just waiting to see if we can get kind of an explosive pop. We are back under the support here. And I just don't want it to be resistant. But it's hanging to that 21. And when you watch like price action for a specific asset, it'll do random things that are outside of what you're used to. But this thing loves the 21 on the 1 minute. It really does. Yeah. It looks like we're rolling over here. And it's very hard not to hold on to some bullishness here, right? It's very hard to not be like, it's going to continue to pump. When it might not be continuing to pump at all. It's just not getting the follow through. Like, you need to get back above that 21 or I am out. I give it a couple candles to do that. But if it doesn't do it, like this long is cooked at that point. Could just hit reverse if it doesn't do that. What you looking at? Go to the gym in crypto right now. You looking at anything? You buying anything? Are you a trader? Do you trade often? Man, the fact that you're not getting any follow through when the 1 minute stoke is reset, that's concerning. It's telling a story here. Let's go to the 3 minute. 3 minutes looking like it wants to bottom out now. The 3 minute 200 is pretty crucial here too. The 3 minute 200 could hold us up at 13.2. Yeah, you lost the 5 minute. Is this the 15 minute 21? No, we're above the 15 minute 21 here. Yeah, there we go. 13.2 is like right here. Are we just resetting or are we coming back down? Yeah. Got alerts going off everywhere. Let me move these alerts so I don't have to listen to them constantly. And I know how when this thing's ripping, how it can turn around on a dime. I hate to get out of it and it just rip in my face. But I don't know how likely I feel like that is. This coin has not been super bullish at all. Yeah. Yeah, I gotta say, this thing looks like it's done. 12.7, here you come. Now, a relief pump to get out on would be nice, but I might be dreaming at that point. A relief pump that I can get out on, just even if it's pretty minor, that might be pipe dreaming a little bit here. Oh, no music. Let's do it. Let's get that music running. All right, the music should be back on. I need a longer, set list here. Nah, it's probably off. It was. I'm 99 cash right now. I've been scalping BTC, but to be honest, I haven't been very successful lately. Hey, nothing wrong with that. You win some, you lose some. Like I said, I lost $1,000 twice trading River. Now, luckily, I made 2,300 before I lost 1,000, so I was still up 13. And then I went up 1,000 again and lost 1,000 again, so then I was at about 13. And right now I'm up about 400 bucks again, so now I'm back to being up around like 1,700 bucks. Oh, I knew that candle might come. I knew it might do that. Does it just want this 14.6? It sounds crazy, but I feel like it's going to leave the liquidity under us so that when we pump up to like 14.6, it has something to dive back down for. Otherwise, why is it pumping? I can't grab it. Oh, there's 226,000 at 13.7, which it just grabbed. And we broke that higher wick. And now we are back to cooking, boys. You see why I didn't sell this trade? It's going to that 14.6. Like, there's no way it's not going to 14.6 right here. I'm so ready for this explosive. A lot of times it's very quick, very explosive, grab liquidity, very little time to sell. Like, it's not going to hang out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just going to go. And it consolidated for a hot minute before it got the move. River coming back. Wow. Live crypto trading for the algorithm. Yes, my PTSD is gone again. Definitely more success shorting than longing this week. Yeah, exactly. And now we have kind of a new parameter, which is this high wick there. Do we get to go higher than that? We just spent quite a bit of time consolidating, so I think you could get a pretty quick move up. But it might come down test support here. Whoa, it moved right through that way too easily. Way too easily. But if it just wanted to dump down to this liquidity, then why would it even pump? Like, why would it pump if it just is going to go straight down to that liquidity? Oh, yeah, you got real close. Real close. You're so close to this 401,000 at 14.6 that I'm chilling. I'm hanging in there. See, now I don't really mind setting. Now is a good time, in my opinion, to set my 13.5, guaranteeing me 105 bucks. Oh, yeah, I need it to be a stop loss. I always mess this up. It needs to be a stop loss and not a take profit. Always mess them up. 13.5. So that pretty much guarantees me. I got to delete this one. Guarantees me 105 bucks. I'm not walking away with less than 105 bucks here. Ooh, that's a little close. I hate to do it, but you know what? I got to lower it because that's a little close right there. Sure. whatever, confirm, do it. All right, so we moved it because it should respect this low. Like if it makes another low, it should make a higher low if the trend is intact. If you break your higher low with a lower low, then your trend is no longer intact, right? But I've locked in what? I locked in $90 or so, roughly. I don't exactly know, but it's something like that. We're up 150. It's consolidating like it just did. Pump, consolidate. When it's crazy bullish, it just moves. Very little, like your consolidation is like a candle maybe. But this has been doing a little bit more consolidation. So I mean, that even tells you like it's not as bullish as it could be. We're not in super bullish territory at all. River to the moon, Cryptic Quentin. Glad to see you commented in here. Wow, too sick, man. I would have messed up by now for show. Bedtime for me, boys. Have a good night. Hey, we already read your nighttime story here, your bedtime story. So I guess you can go to bed. I'm just playing, bro. Thanks for being here, and I'll see you on the next one. Will it come back to the 21, then push up again? That's what I'm thinking here. And sometimes you get a little more drawdown. It's like with momentum. Like sometimes you don't get a perfect bounce at the 21. But if we break this lower low down here, then and it might just grab liquidity. It could do whatever the heck it wants to do. To be honest with you, nothing would surprise me. All I know is the fact of my own ignorance. Will I be annoyed that I didn't take the 150 and I only took the 90? Yeah, for sure. It's valid. But if I don't lose, as long as I'm not losing, I can't be mad for very long, right? If I make $90 instead of $150, like how long am I going to be annoyed about it? Versus if I let this thing go all the way down and catch me in the negative, that'll be a lot more stress, right? Far more stressful at that point. And these things can be kind of hard to time. Is that 21 rolling over? Hate to see that. And it's just kind of the same thing it did here. But in an uptrend, you make higher lows, right? You can see it as we go here. You pumped, higher low. And I'll get my little tool out. So you came here, higher low, higher low, higher low. Like you should get like a higher low. If you get a lower high, trend's cooked. And that's why I'm fine with it stopping me out here. Because if we make a lower low, then I don't have a lot of faith. Now, it could just wick down there and grab liquidity under that last candle. That would be also somewhat normal price behavior. So anything could happen. Anything at all could happen. And we have transitioned definitely into the underground crypto hangout portion of the night. We've been doing a lot more trading in this particular portion, honestly. Looks like we're getting the bounce, but that bounce needs to be explosive. Like this bounce within a couple of candles, maybe 3 or 4 candles, needs to come break this wick up here to say, hey, we're going higher. Sometimes it's hard for me to believe that you would come all the way from like down here at like 11, you know, a high 11, almost 12 cents. You ran all the way up to this close to the high volume, and you're not going to get it. Sometimes it definitely does that. And also we built a bunch of liquidity here at 12.7. So the most beautiful thing in my opinion would be if we run up and grab this liquidity at 14.6 and then like immediately come back, not immediately, but then start trending down again to your 12.7. That would be really beautiful because we would short that thing all the way down and I could be up another $500-600 at that point, and I could have my full $1,000 back. And then at that point, I gotta protect it at that point. Also, I wouldn't stress too hard about adding a little bit more money to this long. Let's do it. Let's add another $32 because I already have a stop loss. We're not gonna let that break even get to our stop loss in any way, shape, or form. Liquidation is still $10. That would be a crazy candle if it just wicked to $10 real quick. Not the most viable thing. And this is where you can get caught up real fast without a stop loss. If I didn't have a stop loss and all I had was my break even here, then I really could add too much money to the trade. See, I'm right there. Bang. It's going to sell out before I even get. But now we've upped the ante. And see, I don't know that I love this. I don't like how we didn't get that movement up and break that wick. I don't love that. That 21 needs to hold. And it could be epic. It's for glory or not. And again, I would get, pretty stopped out. This is now my break even. I don't know if I helped myself here or not. I think actually if we come down here, I'm not going to make 90 bucks anymore. Huh. I'm trying to do the math in my head right now. I don't know if this is mathing out how I thought it was going to. But whatever. I won't get caught losing, but it would really suck not to make a decent amount of money. After watching it and doing all this shenanigans here live, and then I don't make really no money, that would suck. 140, 142, 143. Come on, get the push. It's having trouble getting through that support there, or resistance. Always forever saying the wrong thing. Yeah, getting through that resistance. There it is. Just pop through that resistance. Now it's hold it, and we could get through the next resistance at the previous wick high, and we're on at that point. It's looking like it wants to do it, but who knows? Oh, game link. Thank you. Thank you for grabbing that game link. Yeah. We do have a link to Chainers now. I forgot about that. I got to remember to say that. I don't know. This is getting pretty lame. But it took a minute. It took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 candles. And we're at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we got like another 5 minutes to see if we're going to get the move up or if we're going to fall under that 21. I did up the ante, which might not have been the smartest decision. It will be if this thing rips. It'll be a very genius decision. If it doesn't rip, then it'll probably not be the best decision. Hindsight 2020. And it is just respecting the heck out of that resistance. I have all your links I'm trying to spread throughout the stream. Melissa, you are amazing. I've never asked you to do that, and you are on it. I appreciate you. Thank you very much for always being here. You take being a mod seriously. You even throw super chats. Like, I really appreciate that. Come on, calm down. Up 127. I don't know if it's because I upped the ante and my break evens here. Will I not get 90 bucks? I'm not liking this. This is rolling over. Could be a flag. Like, it could definitely be a flag. The 21 is here and it's not losing it. And I am mostly talking to myself here. I gotta walk myself through my own trades. I figured that's what the job was, Underground. Hey, you're doing a fantastic job. You're definitely a professional. And God brings who I need. I never have to worry about that. Look at this cat ears. Doesn't this look like cat ears, guys? Look at this. Bang. 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 I don't know what just happened. Come on. Looks very cat ears-ish. If it's going to be cat ears, though, you're going to get another pop. But that pop is not going to break. If it's cat ears, you'll get another pop, but that pop won't break the previous high. In my opinion, like, you just made a lower high. Come on, get out of here. Yo, this thing being slow is going to cost me money because I'm not going to be able to cash out like I want to. Still above the 21. This is getting dicey. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We did dive under the 21 before. Yeah, I don't think if this goes down to my take profit that I'm gonna get $90. I think I'm gonna get like $20. Says, no, you don't talk to yourself, brother. We are here. Oh yeah, I just mean even when like I'm not live. Come on, pull back up. Flash closed it. I'm done. I'd rather take my money. This thing's rolling over hard. And I might have panic sold. Well, I didn't panic sell. It was still pretty much planned, but I didn't want to watch this thing go down to nothing. We made $72. Is that as good as $150? I'll be the first one to admit, no, it's not. But this is real trade in real life. So that's $72. And how do we position ourselves from here? Where do we go from here? This is looking pretty short territory to me. And I tell you, sometimes they'll have this high liquidity and they'll never go get it. They'll just leave it hanging there. You have a lot at 12.7. I kind of almost have to believe that we're going to 12.7. Like, it's hard to believe that we're not going to 12.7. And we bottomed out. Technically, we haven't made a lower low yet, but we did make a lower high. 12.7 is just this green line right here. Like, that's not all that far. That's just back to the 200. We could get a bounce here and get the other shoulder for a shoulder, head, and shoulder. If this thing wasn't so slow, I'd gladly show you. Shoulder, head, shoulder, maybe. Get a little kind of fake bounce, but then just get stuck at this resistance here. That, or you just got more of like an M pattern here with a higher high. I kind of want to take this short down. And of course, I'm annoyed that I didn't make 150. I only made 70, but I'm not losing, so whatever. Very tempted to actually take a long right here. Like, very tempted. Yeah, that would have been a good idea. And that is, here, I'm going to hop in the long. It seems a little impulsive. But we just made a lower high. And the 1 minute, I'll at least hop in for the duration, that is the 1 minute stoke. And if the 1 minute stoke can't do anything here, make a higher high, then I'm out of the long, and we'll just add a little bit. I only got $54 in the trade. It's nothing crazy. If we get stopped at this resistance up here, the stochastic resets, something like that, then we'll hop out. This has to be played pretty close to the bone, right? And then it's going to be a little difficult for it to even get above that 21. I really should have hopped in when I wanted to hop in, and I hesitated, and that's all it takes to not get the best entry. Said I talked to myself. Hey, I don't see any problem with talking to myself. Just talking my way through something sometimes. Technically, we just made a higher low. I'm already up $6. I'm all for quickly changing this. I'm basically what I'm waiting for here is the 1 minute stochastic to reset, to go to the top. And if we don't get like a nice quick, like if we don't break this resistance here, I don't think you have anything at all. And I'll take a couple of dollars and get the heck out of there. If we can even get that far, because this 21 looks like it wants to hold you down. Yeah, and now see, now we're negative. Are we breaking that low? Might have to use that reversal button for once. I don't like giving money back at all. But in this scenario, we've made enough. Made like over $200 today for sure. I don't know exactly what it was, but I haven't added like the recent money that I've made in, so I don't know exactly what it is. very kind of to the wire here. Liquidation 1049, call it 1050. Although it'd have to catch me on kind of a crazy wick in order to liquidate me. That'd have to be a heck of a wick, couple dollar wick. But I've seen it. I've seen it move $2-3 at a time. For sure. Just not getting the follow through. I might be pipe dreaming here. I should probably be short. Thought you'd get a little bit more out of that Stokes. Now the Stokes is rolling over. The hopium. There you go. Come on. Get above that previous candle. To the break even. I don't want to add anything to it because it's just going to pour gasoline on the fire if it goes in the wrong direction. Honestly, $4 would have been a great place to reverse this trade. Now we're back down to being 8. It's like giving away $10 right there. That's not fun. But technically we have a higher low until that's broken. If we break that higher low, then I'm going to have to flip short and use this reverse button to do it. And then I should easily be able to get my $8 back, you know? And this is very close to the bone here. It's threatening. It's threatening to go. This would be $14, $15. But no trading's going to be perfect, and you do nothing but make money. Sometimes you're going to maybe take a little loss. That Stokes is still on the ground here. Could flip. I'm watching it too closely, or I'd go look at some other time frames, but I can't afford to miss this reversal or anything like that. The reversal's looking imminent right here. That 21 rejected you hard right there. It said no go. Thought we'd go at least up to that previous wick high where we just double tested support, but whatever. You don't see me use this reversal button very often, but this seems like a good place to use it. Did we just break that? I like almost can't even tell if we just broke that or not. Not really. It looks like we bounced off of it. To the wire. Keep finger on trigger. There we go. All right. Only down $7 now. Very temporary, but technically still a higher low. Come on, need a little bit more follow through than that. There we go. Are we still bullish? I don't really think so. That 21 looks very rolled over, huh? And it makes you wonder, what the heck is this thing doing right now? Is it gonna go somewhere? Just put in that big candle move. Was that all for nothing? Or is it gonna make another one? Probably foolish to not sell right here. Should probably flash close, but I get better and better at it. I really do. When I first started running this style, I was far more hesitant and not as quick to just take a $4 or $5 loss and move on, you know. Reposition. It does look like a Head and Shoulders though, which is a reversal pattern on the pump, right? Oh yeah, I'm gonna reverse here. I don't want to reverse. I want to set my own limits to my trade. I don't know. It feels like it's gonna get a little pop here. What the heck is going on? It's got you every direction. It's like it wants to go up, but it can't do anything about that 21. That 21 is holding it right in one spot. There we go. $2-3. Didn't lose $10, at least not yet. Yeah, That was lackluster. Okay. Are we doing something here? $650. Man, every time it gets like a pop, it just pulls back hard. It's almost like somebody's just like not gonna let this thing run. And if I wouldn't have added to my trade so much, I wouldn't have been worried. I wouldn't have been worried at all. Like, adding to the trade kind of cooked me there. And I added twice. Maybe the first add wasn't so bad, but I really didn't need to add twice there. What are you doing? Yeah. All right, I'm closing that with a small profit. I don't really care what it does. I need to reevaluate here. It's rolling into 11 p.m. We have liquidity in more directions than we did before. A lot underneath, a lot higher. That makes it very hard to pick the right side. Then we have this we have way more liquidity to the downside than we do the upside, but 13.8 is where, I mean, it's not very high. Yep. And you are definitely, I gotta roll short. I'm gonna roll short here because there's more liquidity to the downside, right? Oh, I'm opening long. No, I don't want to open long. I want to open short. And we're losing the 21 again. Let's open short. Let's come down here. Let's add to the margin. Making our liquidation. We are short. Okay, like 16.5. We only have $53 in the trade, which is not phenomenal. What I'm thinking here is if we get a bit of a pump, we don't have that far to go. Like, you really only have liquidity up to 13.8. It's not that much. Maybe to 14 there's 200. I can see us wicking hard to 14. Be a little annoyed that I'm not in a long. And I can open a long. Like, just because I have a short open, I can open a long and it not interfere with my short. Like, I can have both open. Now, if I open another long, like if I open two of the same thing, like two longs, it'll combine them. But if I have a long and a short, it's not going to combine them. And I could get real dicey here and open a long and a short, take the money up, add to the short, let it roll down. But now you're getting so like surgical and intricate, like it may or may not actually work out like that. I just don't have any faith in the pump right now because lower high, 21's rolling over. Doesn't look good. Doesn't look good at all. If anything, I'd be itching to add like another $20, $30 to the short. You have like a ton of liquidity under you and very little above you. In my opinion, you've got, you know, what is 411 plus 402 plus 200 plus like 532 plus 363 versus, I'm not asking anybody to actually do that math. Man, you have like the exact same numbers above and below you. It's so weird. It just seems heavily manipulated. Heavily manipulated. Seems like somebody doesn't want to let this thing run, which might be a good reason why we're in the short, right? So in order, just like going up, we need to break these previous wicks and stuff. Going down, we need to make a lower low. If we make a lower low, I'll feel pretty confident that I chose the right direction. We got a shoulder, head, and a shoulder. It is so laggy. I don't know what that's about. We have a shoulder, head, and shoulder. Now you could also have, you know, like a flag, and I'm drawing it with the paintbrush, so you know, it is what it is. You almost have like a flag there, but it's seeming like it's rolling over. That seems to be the writing on the wall here. We're up $6, but no lower high yet, and then it just pumps back up. Very dicey territory. But even if we get a pump up, like the highest liquidity is 14.8. That's like the highest liquidity. It's really got to break one of these previous highs to really convince me that it's gonna do much of anything. I mean, your first one is like here. That's the first one. Look at that rip. And it immediately stops right there. It's got people in indecision. 1 minute stochastic is rolling over. What are our other ones at? Let's see where the 3, the 5, 15 is. 3's bottomed out, the 15's bottomed out, or the 5 is bottomed out, and the 15 is under. Man, there could be a pump here. The 5 minute is in a flag above the 200 with the 21 coming up in the Stokes reset on the 5. Like that's pretty beautiful. It's pretty beautiful for a 5 minute. It almost got me like I want to just step away from it. Honestly, it's got me like I just want to chill and wait until it's clear. I don't want to get eaten up and lose any money. So far, I don't think we've lost anything. Did I lose money on that last one? Order position, what was it, like 4? No, I closed it in the green. Yeah, we made $4. Cool. Not losing money is the mission. Making money's nice, but not losing money is also nice. And you're just pretty much dead stop. I don't really feel the need to add to this trade at this second, but you're back above the 21 with a higher high, a higher high, a higher high. You are trending up, but you did make a lower high. I'm sorry, a higher low. You made a bunch of higher lows. And you had quite a bit of time to break that previous resistance. I mean, it's been resistance here. It's been resistance here. It's been resistance here. And it looks like it's about to be resistance again, unless you can get above it. But you are above the 21, which could send us in a direction here. How ridiculous would it be to open along at the same time? It'd be pretty ridiculous, right? Sounds funny, but I'm not going to do that. Again, my thesis, this is my thinking. You got liquidity on both sides. It's most likely going to go take both. I think it's going to take both. And so if we pump up and we hit this 13.8 and what, maybe wick into the 14, but after that, like unless it goes to 14.6, like there's not a lot of liquidity and everything will be to the bottom. So if it pumps up, I could add to my short, because we're talking about 13.8, which is like right here. Like it's not very far. It could grab that 13.8. As a matter of fact, 13.8 is kind of this previous resistance here. Dude, it takes it so long to do what I told it to do. Like, there's like a 50-second lag here. It's kind of crazy. But how do you ignore like this big head and shoulders here? Like, it's what it seems like to me. But this project has not been a big respecter. It's not really respected patterns very much at all. And technically we're down like $8. It's only $50, $53 in the actual trade. So like we're not in too deep here. Got 200 in margin protecting the trade, giving me a liquidation of 16.5. So of course I don't want to go to 15. You see I have the line here. It's both the previous candle highs here, resistance, but it's also where a ton of liquidity is sitting. 13.8, 13.87 is like the highest. I can see us running to 13.87. That doesn't even get you to the previous wick yet. You are hanging above the 21. I definitely don't see this thing going back to like $20. I think this is a little bit of a pump, grab liquidity. Maybe you have liquidity up to like 14.8 at the most. And then 14.6 seems the most likely with 401,000. It's what almost has me like, I'm going to open a short and a long. Ride it one way, then add to the short and ride it back down. Because if you go up and take out some of that, there it is. I should have opened that short. I knew I should have. Drop 50%, market is volatile. Yeah, exactly. And this thing could run away a little bit here. But even what, 14.59, 15's up here. It's a good distance, but if I wait to add to my short until we really get some movement, and that wick right there just grabbed liquidity. That was the liquidity grab of that high, you know, liquidity right there. You just smashed it. Does it want to continue? You know, it just took this, right? Does it want to continue up here and grab this other like 500,000? Maybe. Like 14.1, but after that it starts getting really sparse. Maybe it runs all the way to 14.6. There's a good chance that it doesn't. It just grabbed liquidity right there. Good chance it's going to start dumping here. I don't know anything but the fact of my own ignorance. Would make me want to kind of add to my short just a tiny bit. I added 2%. Like, it's not a lot. I will have to add to my margin a little bit more because I want to keep myself up there a little bit more. But now I've got $76 in the trade. That's a little bit more reasonable to me than like $50. Also kind of Bart Simpson-ish. But I guess you could flag this out too with a measured move. So it's anybody's game at this point. You just took the liquidity to the upside. There's a little more up there, but a lot of times you've had a big pump, you just kind of made a lower high, you're not breaking this higher high. I don't know. Seems exhausted to me. Even though the Stokes, I guess, don't necessarily represent that, to be honest. And my break even is pretty much right at the 21. We've done really well today. If I have to take a small loss, like, it is what it is. Exactly. I'd like to see it not really break this previous wick. Where is this other stuff at? It's as high as like 14.1. 14.1. Yeah, it's like right there. Seems highly likely that you're going to run up and grab that real quick before it rolls over completely and goes down. It doesn't have miles of liquidity here. It's not like it's layered liquidity all the way up to like $20 or something like that. You don't have a ton of liquidity here. I could see it really wanting that 14.6. Now, if I was still in the long, I'd be cooking right now for sure. So that's a little annoying, but I have to move on from that. I have to not really think about that too much. Your 1 minute Stokes high, 3 minute Stokes still has room to go up. 5 minute just barely curving and bottoming out. Yeah, this thing looks like it's about to freaking rip. On like the 5 minute time frame, it really does look like it could rip. man, I don't want to lose 32 bucks. That would suck. But I also don't want to mitigate. If I mitigate too early, like, it could really bite me in the ass. I really don't want to mitigate too early, but I don't want to mitigate too late either, and price runs so far away that I'm like not able to catch up. Can we get a wick? I almost want to get out of this. Oops, that's not what I want. That's what I want. Sometimes I just gotta chill and trust liquidity. It does seem like you might run up and grab that liquidity. And here's the really crappy thing is you have to remember, you could pump up and grab this liquidity and then start building liquidity. So where liquidity is right now is not everything. Like if you could pump up here and start stacking liquidity above you as people try to catch the short, that's a short squeeze. You start trying to catch the short because it pumped up, and then they just keep building higher, and price just keeps going higher and higher and higher. And that's all it really takes. And it's also not that hard for price to kind of run away on you. We've done really good so far that it would be a shame to give back a large portion here. Let's see. Set some parameters here. And of course, I wish I would have stayed in that long. I'd be cooking something stupid right now. I'd be up like, you know, I don't know, probably like 160, 170 bucks for sure. But it is what it is. Yeah, like 14. Let's do like 14.3. Let's set that alert. Because I want to kind of do something else a little bit here. I don't want to sit here and stare at it. I want to go play some Panzer Dogs or something. But that 5 minute, man, that life revision on the 5 minute looks nice. Yeah, as we got close to the 21 on the 5 minute, it began to pump. It's above the 200. I mean, you still kind of got to wait for the 21 to cross the 200 there. It's hard to be really bullish on this, but their Stokes is reset. Your 15 minute is high though, and maybe slightly away from the 21, slightly. Oh, this thing's so slow. Come on, 3 minute. 3 minute could roll over. It seems a little elongated. And the 1 minute. What do I have? This line here. I don't need that line. Get rid of that one. It's going to confuse me. I'm going to think that's like my break even or something. It's had a lot of time to push up. It is kind of getting stuck. The 1 minute's like stuck to the top. A lot of time frames low, which would give you room for a move. And I've noticed a lot of times, like look at this here, like we went straight up and then straight down, straight up, straight down. Straight up, straight down, straight up, straight down. So when this thing pumps, it pumps up fast, but it comes down even faster. A lot of the times it comes down just as fast as it went up. I wish I knew what candles these are. These are probably 5 minute candles, I would imagine. They might be 1 minute candles. I have no idea. We are trending up into this 14.1, which would get you above your previous candle high at 14.08. I don't know what you call that pattern a cup. Is it making a cup and handle? Thing is, a cup and handle, in my opinion, is like the inverted head and shoulder. Like it's usually at the falling down of price. You make Adam and Eve cup and handle, inverted head and shoulder for a reversal pattern, where like a head and shoulder and stuff a lot of times is like a reversal pattern from a pump to switching negative. So man, it's hard to call this. Don't like being down 40 bucks. That's a decent amount to be down here. I want to mitigate into it, but if it rips, it's just gonna absolutely wreck me. When I was really unsure of the direction, I should have just waited. Like, I really should have chilled when I was unsure of what direction it was gonna go. I shouldn't have hopped into anything. I realize that now. Doesn't really matter now. $14.2. It's hard to believe that it doesn't go grab that liquidity above. It seems pretty dead set on doing that. Three minutes looking like it wants to top out here. Need another candle or two, so that's like what, at least 6 minutes. We are above the 200, flagged out 21. I probably should have stuck with my bullish narrative. There we go. Just got the move. And that was in your liquidity here. So is it just going to run away? Are we just going to keep pumping? Or is it just going to grab liquidity and turn around here? Yeah, look at that. It's a lot of pump to believe it's not coming back down at some point. Sounds like it's already coming back down. Okay, gotta turn that alarm off. That alarm is annoying. So what do we got? Let's set our alert at, man, 50. Dang, that would be quite a bit. $15 very overbought, 10-minute overbought, 7-minute overbought, 5 minutes got legs. 3-minute is almost overbought. 1 minute very overbought. 1 minute's far away from the 21. 3's away from the 21. 5 minute is very far away from the 21. 7 minutes even farther. And the higher you go up in time frames, the farther you are. The 15-minute is very far away from the 21. That's why I feel like this is just kind of a last grab for liquidity here. Yo, this thing is so slow. Come on. All right, this is the last time I'm adding to this short. Liquidation, $16. I don't really need to add to margin, but I'm going to add to margin. Hopefully you guys enjoy the trading. Who's still here with me? Only like Blues Guy. Just me and Blues Guy at this point. And Melissa. I'm sure Melissa is here too. It's me, Blues Guy, and Melissa. All right, so we got another stretch for liquidity. They got it. I really should have stayed long and not flip-flopped on myself. That sucks. Yep, Blues Guy, Melissa, yep. And we just got it. Like, there's not a whole lot left here. There's go get 14.6 and 14.9. And after that, there's no liquidity. So I kind of don't mind hanging in here. The kryptonite here is that if we roll up and then start building liquidity higher and higher and higher, that would suck. But what did we flip super bullish now all of a sudden? I doubt it. The whole crypto market. Let's go look at the 1 through 100. Start looking here. Definitely seeing a lot more green. Looks like more things are getting a little bit of a pump here. Definitely getting a little bit of a pump throughout things. I don't know where River is. In the 200s. Anybody see River? Oh, there it is. Yeah, it's getting back a lot of its loss. In the last hour, it's up 3.5%. Okay. Your 15 is so far away from your 21. It's kind of crazy. So it's hard to see. Like, you're getting pretty extended here. I mean, it's kind of zoomed out, so it's hard to see. But look at this price action. Like, we're way up here. And your 21 is way down here. So you rather got to trend sideways and pull that, 21 up, or come down to it. I don't know. That's just my opinion. 5 minutes still has a lot of legs, though. 3 minute is topping out. 1 minute looks pretty much like it's ready to come down. Or it's coming down, but it's doing it very, very slowly and actually holding up above that 21. Who would have known River was going to flip super bullish today? It says I'm checking my Flare pool rewards. That's awesome. There's going to be kind of your first support. I needed to just break right through that like it's not even there. I needed to not even respect that support at all, although it probably will. How long have we been live? So 2 hours and 46 minutes. It's pretty much just me, Melissa, and Blues Guy. So I may hop off and I'll let you know what happens to the trade at some point. I think overall this coin is still bearish. And that's what makes the short kind of obvious. And you're starting to fall down here. It can only be like one reason why you're starting to really fall down, and that's because it's running for liquidity. This lower liquidity, you've taken out most of it. I think a lot of times it feels like it likes to leave a little bit of liquidity to the top to like just, I don't know, help build more liquidity. Next stop, like 13.3. Like if we get some serious drawdown, but we still got to deal with this 21. That's a problem. We might not be out of the woods quite yet. We got to deal with that 21. Like we got to lose that 21, close a candle underneath that 21, not bounce off of it, which is basically what it just did. Come on, where are we at? This thing's so slow. It's like it could really cost me money being this slow. I need to move quickly. Only down 40 bucks now, 38 bucks, 27 bucks. Not really surprising that we bounced on the 21, but I want to see a very lackluster bounce, and I want to see it go down. Of course, because I'm short. So, if I was long, I'd want to see it go long. I'd want to see it pump. It's all perspective. I like checking, grabbing your rewards is so much fun, right? So many everywhere, dude, everywhere. I love it. Hey, I'm glad you guys are super psyched about it. I still have a little bit staked here and there. I need to add some things. I've been so busy that when I do have a moment, I'm like in here trying to squeeze a trade in or something. Looks like a bullish hammer on the 1 minute. I don't know how much that really means on a 1 minute candle. I think that's more for higher time frames. It's bottoming out. 3 minute rolled over, 5 minutes rolled over. The 5 minute hasn't, the 21 hasn't quite crossed. If we come back down to the 200 on the 5, it could give me an out for sure. I like that we pulled down, but we really just pulled down and touched the 21. It's so not out of the woods. Shout out to anybody who's hopping in here. We've been live for like 3 hours. So you're kind of at the end of the show, but smash that like button if you love crypto. There we go. It pumped. It must really want this 14.6. I get it. Move this line here. There we go. Give me one of the lines. There you go. Hopefully just more of a dead count bounce. I'm gonna probably hop off, guys. Maybe I'll play. Well, do I have alerts set up? I don't know. Let me see if I have alerts. I might play a round of Panzer Dogs real quick just to de-stress. Let's go to the 5-minute. Yeah, that 5-minute 200 right there. Let's go maybe like right there. And back to the internet. All right, so it's falling down. And let's run a round of Panzer Dogs. It's been a while. Yeah, I'm going to play a round of Panzer Dogs just to de-stress for a second. Trading can be stressful. I got alerts set on TradingView. I got my parameters set. Hope everybody enjoyed the show. Trying to find like a nice balance between, you know, the trading and everything else. Trading does feel like it gets in the way, but everybody loves to see make money. And even though this trade has gone a little bit against me, I haven't lost money yet. Let's put it that way. Dang it! I keep meaning to change my turret here. I don't want this one shot. Got him. Dang it, he's too close to me. Got him. Got him. That's 3. Oh, they have the lightning. I like that one. Bang, hit him. Bang, got another one. That's 4. I think I've gotten all the kills on my team so far. Come on, I'll take this missile again and get another one. Got another one. Love that missile. Bink. Bink. I think we're playing actual real players here. That thing glitched so hard, I didn't even notice that I grabbed the missile and I'd already fired it and got the kill. Oh yeah, y'all about to get cooked. Bang! 2 for 2. I might have got all the kills on this team. For sure. Says we're at 14 on the dot for river. I can't remember if that's up or down. Man, we looked like we were starting to get the fall down, which is what I need. All right, that's game. All right. Back to the trade. Let's see, actually. Do we have NFT box to open? No, I'd have to play another game. Looking like we might get the move down. How much should I have in the trade? I can't even remember. Like $100. I got $100 in the trade. Ooh, look at that fall down. I hate how much I need to get down just to get into profit, but it starts really wicking down like that. There's usually a reason. Refresh liquidity. Blues guy, you still there? Yeah, they ate all the important liquidity for the most part. They love to leave a little bit up there. Very rare do they go get all of it. And now they're going to eat on the way down. Maybe, I mean, probably at least 12.7. Probably take a minute. Yeah. Let's go. Looks like we might win this one. I don't want to get overly bullish here. Or bearish, but in a bullish way because I'm short. Like, I'd love to add, but that might just be a little bit greedy. $100 in the trade is fine. Liquidation 17.5 though. I love that. We don't even have really any liquidity past 15. So I'm gonna hop off. Everybody have a good night. Thank you for being here. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Hopefully you enjoyed the trading, all of those good things. Thank you for the super chats. We haven't hit our goal in a long time, but you know, the two people who always gave, givers gain. You know the lifer's way. He's taught us well. Givers gain. You see me super chatting all the time in the lifer, you know, live stream. I'm not shy with you know, giving, and I receive because I'm not shy to give. And I appreciate the heck out of you guys. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being mods. Blues guy, if you want, you could give me a call. We could chat and hang out and continue to trade if you want. You know. That also goes for Melissa if you're trading, but I don't think that you're really trading much nowadays. Anyways, have a good night, everybody. Crypto Ron out. Stay underground, stay crypto.